Hi YouTube, Kareem Zamir, Seekers of Galanti, Second Wake, Episode 5, no, Episode 6, Year 2. We'll get that in editing, and I'm going to say we're going to get that in editing, but we won't get that in editing because I'm the editor, and I am inherently lazy. So yeah, when we last left 2 weeks ago, that's how you know D&D has started, because we say when we last left, that's how we lead into it. Our party went about and more or less kind of wrapped things up in a neat little bow. They found out and kind of developed more about the quests that they were given from Lady Galanti. They recorded spells if they are a wizard. They discussed getting new items, preparing for the road ahead, discussing amongst themselves the quests in which they wish to partake. They went and enjoyed a fantastic dinner, paid for by Velithil, and kind of a treat for the Seekers of Galanti, to which a certain joyous and loving kobold voided much of what was in their insides for eating a literal dog's worth of corn. A corn dog. Who could possibly mess that up? It's impossible. So yes, we will jump right back into that as we bring you all to the backyard of the Galanti estate. Kobold Jones, you have recently voided much of the corn in your system in one manner or another. The rest of the group is beginning to move on from this horrible atrocity, this war crime you've left in the backyard of the estate home. And yes, Seekers Galanti, as you re-enter in through the back doors of the Galanti estate, you walk through the kind of open patio setting of the area and finally back into the kind of small common room that exists throughout the estate. You see it just being a few hallways away from the lady's office proper, and sitting in this waiting room. You note a very large statuesque creature sat in a chair that is bowed out on both sides, barely supporting its weight. Its kind of lanky, custom metal construction bears a striking similarity to an individual who you met earlier and escorted back to town. It solemnly turns its head and just twists and shakes and rattles a bit as it looks you all over. That's where we're at. What would you like to do?
Well, it looks like our friend is in his meeting now. Does anyone want to wait and see how that discussion goes?
I mean, I'm always interested because I think it's along our plans. I did speak to Fortune a little bit the other day.
You happen to know where he's about?
I could ask him exactly where he's at. I told him that we were heading north, and he said to watch out for that Barzul colony. They had to do some work around there, and he said it's to watch our backs around that new management. Because they've been keeping on. Nothing too crazy. That was pretty much the bulk of it. Can't get a lot of word in with that communication style.
I understand. I just wonder what he means by new management, if it's something directly in that colony or if the greater new Ravon management.
That's a great question, actually.
So what would you like to do? You can wait for the meeting to conclude, or you can move on to what eventually will be your slumber part. That's why I'm in long sleeves, and I've got my Junji Ito pants on. It's all pretty good. I'm in pajamas. Celeste has a blanket.
I honestly got this blanket because I was cold. I honestly forgot about the sleepover.
Wow.
So
It was your idea.
this blanket is only because I'm cold.
Literally, Celeste is like
64 degrees in this house.
Celeste is the kind of friend that invites you out to a theme party and then doesn't do the theme of her party. That's the friend Celeste is. We should do an 80s night, and then shows up in blue jeans, and you're like, what the fuck?
jeans were in the 80s. They existed.
They did exist, yeah.
I'll wear a scrunchie and all will be well. It's
Oh,
fine.
there you go. Signing your name at the SAT. It's the bare minimum you can do.
Yeah, I'll wait and see what the discussion comes to be if he comes to an arrangement.
Okay. So yeah, you all take a seat around the various waiting room of the kind of the common room adjunct to the ladies' proper office. No more than about 10 or so minutes pass before you hear a bit of grumbling, a door open and close, and heavy footfalls of boots walking back. Before long, you do come into view of this individual, this Duragarian individual who is, for now, very much enjoyed, I should say, discussions with the Lady Galanti, but at this point seems a touch upset, we shall say, and currently is wearing a bit of a scowl. As they round the bend and come across you and the rest of the team, they kind of give you all a once-over and look over, and you hear, the Seekers of Galanti. Very good to be seeing you again, my friends. I was just speaking with Zamatum of your estate home, and what a fiery woman she is, huh?
That's one way to describe it.
Is indeed a way to describe it, huh? So yeah, I had a bit of a curious question for each of you. The lady, she is a bit of a stickler for the, cost of the association of your services. I personally think that she has a cost a bit above what is considered to be reasonable, and I was wondering perhaps if I could, as kindly as possible, cut out the middle woman in dealings with you. She proposes a sum of 8,000 crowns to escort me to the north. Teleportation services for such would only be a mere 2,000. But I, of course, would not be able to pay upon delivery for such things, and I am quite lacking in this amount at this time. So I was supposing if perhaps I could just pay you directly without a cut to your lady. Maybe we could just travel as a good faith, and I would pay you, say, 6,000 crown. Yeah.
And this was cash on delivery, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. I am, I am gold poor right now. But when we return to the north with an Orskas, I will, of course, have access to my finances and the research grants, and the funding, of course, with that. So once that all is arranged, I would be able to pay you a coin in hand. Huh? But the 8,000, it is robbery. There's no way that simple escorting should cost this much.
Well, under normal circumstances that would certainly be true, but you are requesting the escort of the Seekers of Galanti.
Well, I do understand this. The title and, the gravitas of your name and honorable nature, while preceding yourselves, is not something that I think should carry a premium for the heroing. I think that,
And you're right, we didn't charge you at all for saving your life.
Right. It's a bit of a rude way to put it, I suppose. But I, of course, issued my thanks and congratulatory such things. You were able to take whatever you wanted from the scene, regardless of what may or may not have been of mine, personally. This is how things are done, yeah?
If I could interject,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to be honest, we'd be taking you through winter and potentially winter storms going up to Iskander, and
Of winter?
it's winter time.
Apologies, mein Fräulein. Winter has come and gone. The height of winter solstice was, and he moves his like gauntlet over, and you see a number of like small gears turning. He goes, by my estimation, roughly 20 days ago, huh?
But true winter doesn't start until the first
True winter.
moon of the year. We are just getting to the first bit of winter just about now, actually.
It's the first bit. No, the cramp has already come and gone, yeah? It's already beaten the children who are naughty this year. It's already happened. I don't know when they celebrate such things here in the south, but in Oscars, this is at the height of the solstice. You send the naughty children into the street. Oh,
we already beat the bad kids.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, I didn't personally.
I'm in the clear this year.
Oh, this reminds me, and turns and looks at Velthil. Could you please provide the items that I lent you to motivate your staff back to me?
Oh, right, sure. Thanks for letting me hold on to them. Quite handy.
Oh, yes, thank you.
JJ, you can continue negotiating. I'll go get that from my room.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyways, the first cold snaps are just starting now. I think that will fix our translation errors. And then we're going probably through Grim Village, which is potentially under management of those folks who were attempting to rob your airship vehicle, whatever it is in particular. And then we have to go through the White Wilds. Again, through potential inclement weather. So, I mean, it is fair. It's not like we're going in spring or summer when it's nice, warm, and a bit easier to tread through, but I think it's a fair price, to be honest.
Well, I'm not saying that it isn't personally a fair price. Instead, what I'm suggesting is that there is a bit of inflation on the current number quoted to me. At 6,000, that is standard rate for each of an experienced traveler. This is for your Miss Celeste, for you, Jeja, for the Morrigan, for the Velisil, and of course, 500 gold pieces each for the small folk.
Actually, our normal rate is 10,000.
10,000 is your normal rate?
Yeah,
I'm not asking you to kill a dragon. No. This is not how this is. I'm asking you simply to walk with me, to assume that I will not be assaulted or accosted on my travel. If this is not applicable, perhaps we could arrange a deal, huh? Yeah, yes, you, the tall, strong woman.
Oh, I actually have a DM question. Can you show us on the map as to where he's wanting to go again?
Sure.
Sorry.
No worries. So we're gonna try to break the game. Boop, 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 boop. You are, where are we at here? You're here in Deerwood, right there. That's where you're at. Where I'm pointing. Do you see it?
Yeah.
He wants you to go boop 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 to Iskander, the capital city of Orsketh.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop. And we're back. Oop. Nope. There we go. Hey, now we're back.
And I'm just going to ask another meta question here because I know, and Celeste knows, but he doesn't know. Where did we decide we're traveling to?
That's up to you guys. There are several different options and quests within the northern borders that you all were dancing with the idea with. You haven't actually given an official request, or
Right, we haven't officially said anything to Lady Galante, but we as a group discussed it.
yeah, that's up to you guys. I know there's work that's requested of you in Grim Village. There's work that's requested of you past Iskander up in the Barzulan colony, which if we move it down, boop, 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 is all the way up here. There's a request all the way to the far north of the Barzulan colony. And then there is a request within the Frigid Well. And then Orville has a quest within, where are we at here? I believe the Sky Peaks in Cloudview Village.
Okay.
Which is all the way here to the far east.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And then there's the one that's all the way down here, and the one over here.
No.
We'll just move the map
Appreciate you.
No worries. So yeah, that's the path he's looking at, is from Deerwood all the way up to Mount Barzulan in Iskander.
Okay.
But his request personally was to take him as far as past Grim Village, which would lend the assumption that he's probably fine in the north by himself with his assistant. But at this time, he does fear the Cross Scimitars, which is this local bandit group you guys have come across that seems to lay claim to all of Hunter's Reach.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, this is customary, I think. 6,000 crowns paid upon delivery, and we will we'll cause this there. Alternatively, my solution would be perhaps if there is something you might need doing, or maybe I could trade. I have a number of things on me that are well worth the amount. You could just front me the 2,000 gold, and I could provide teleportation services there, and then you can have the item in exchange. Or I would personally prefer to deal with you, as the appraisals that I was given from the Gulanti woman were a bit of the mercantile slanter. It's not a charity, of course, but the for-profit nature of her dealings is very disconcerting.
Would you mind just excusing us for like 5 minutes so we can have just a quick discussion, and then we'll be right back with you?
Oh yes, of course. Do you want me to walk outside?
Oh, you can stay. No. You stay right here. We're just gonna go and
like a huddle. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you do that. Okay.
Yeah. You guys wanna?
Celeste is like. You guys can go step outside and hear a heaving kobold in the distance.
You're doing good, buddy. Keep it up. You're doing good.
No!
Bartholomew just stands there and goes, "Give that corn dog hell, good sir." But yeah, you all can easily egress and walk outside, as Kobold Jones is still squat down near the bushes, not having a great time passing corn.
Vel, are you being sneaky at all in your return to your room?
No, I'm just walking back to my room.
Okay. I'm gonna have Orville hear you on the way and pop out. And can just be like, "Oh, hi, Vel."
Oh, hello, Orville. Sleepover tonight.
Oh?
Yeah, Celeste had this grand idea. We're all going to get together. I'm going to experiment with a magical glove and try and see what's in my own head, and everyone's just going to hang out. It should be fun.
Yeah. What does one wear to this sort of event? Because I tend to sleep as nature made me.
Do you not own any form of undergarments?
Closest thing I got is from them fancy get-ups from the elf jail.
Those will do. Wear
Those will
those.
do? Alright.
That's great.
Alright. Orville will quickly duck into his room and back out like 5 seconds later with them like half on. Like head kinda about here, one arm poking up, just alright, I got him. Alright, we can do this.
Great. So we're gonna do that in a little while.
JJ.
We're having a little discussion with Mr. Klaus. Seems like his negotiations with the lady didn't go too well, and he's trying to finagle for a slightly lower price. I have to give him his whip back. I didn't even get to really use it. Oh well. I'm going to my room and grab the whip.
Sad
If you want to
Dommy
come,
mommy noises in the background.
you know, those are the saddest.
Orville will wait patiently and then follow Vel back to the group.
All right.
Return.
Dressed in your elf prison silks, you return back. Vel, you hand the whip back, of which Klaus will tell you, I do hope that you found good use for this, and a number of your servants learned a very valuable learning moment, yeah?
You know, I find that just the threat of it provided so much inspiration.
Oh, well, that is good then, yeah. Often it is good to follow through on the threat. That way it puts, how do they say, the blood in the water. That way then future times you just go, Acha! And they will know that you mean business. But yes, your tall friend with the muscles took everyone outside, if that is to be discussed, huh?
Did someone else eat a corn dog?
No, they wanted to speak on the arrangement that I am proposing, yeah?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll go join them and see how everyone's feeling about your offer.
Oh, thank you. I of course, look forward to your graces, huh?
Do you need water, tea, anything?
No, the lady, she provided quite the sobering things when I returned back from the local bar. So I'm quite good, thank you.
All right. We'll be back in just a little bit then.
Oh, well done. But
Head out.
You all head out. You join the screams of Kobold Jones from the bushes.
DM, can I make a nature roll to try and differentiate kobold screams from any large animal of prey of the night?
Oh, no.
No?
They're about the same.
Okay.
Yeah. A howling hawk swooping down to eat a puppy. Same as a kobold dying to poop.
Okay.
They're about the same.
Alright.
Yeah.
So
Trained
has
zoologist.
No idea what he's hearing.
This is like every terrible cover from National Enquirer. Like, zoologist stumped, loud howling in midnight air. And it's like, man wolf suspected. And it's just like, oh god. But it's really just kobolds, as the National Enquirer is, because it's very real news. Anyway.
Don't worry, Orville. It's just Jones. I'm surprised you didn't feel it sooner.
Man, it sounds like he's really kicking ass out there.
Something involving asses going on out there?
Asses being kicked, yeah. Checks notes, math checks out, yep. But yes, you all are outside Celeste. What is it that you want to discuss in private away from your potential side gig?
So, I was just wondering if we're going to pass that area anyway on our way north, or are we not passing that area anyway?
If we're going to take on both the Basilean request and the Frigid Well information, then we'll certainly would be directly passing by Iskander, if not even potentially staying there a night. Be a likely nice reprieve from the north. So, yeah, we'd be passing directly through there to get to the Basilean colony. But
maybe we could exchange. He said that he'd be open to deals. So maybe could exchange the whip and the money?
Well, what did he offer?
Oh,
He
See, I'm
didn't
not
offer
charging.
anything in particular.
Oh.
I suppose that's the question, then. Of exactly what he'd be willing to trade for our services to exchange for that value. Personally, I am kind of in the ladies' camp on this. We need to hold ourselves to a rather high regard. So, while I would like to help him, I rather want to keep our foot down. We did save his life and bring him here. He will eventually, in time, be able to have the funds delivered here to have himself teleported if he needs to. He was already able to send a message to them about, if I recall, so he should have the means. But if everyone is interested in doing this and making a deal of our own and considering what he has to offer, I'm willing to take it up.
Well, I like what you got to say. I like holding our heads kind of high here, because we're going up that way anyway. What if I have all this money? I ain't got nothing to spend it on. What if I front him the money, and we go pay him a visit when we go up to Iskander, and that way we don't have to worry about him. He's taken care of. He's out of our hair.
For him to teleport?
Yeah. Why not? He seems trustworthy, right?
I do believe he would be a man of his word.
Did give us these really cool little medals.
Yes, he did give us children's badges. They were very kind. I'm not opposed to that if you want to take that path, Orville. That's certainly for you to decide. I do think that if we offer him such a thing, we maybe could still negotiate a trade-in aside from a payback of the funds, because I believe he would likely only refund us the value that you're paying, since we're not actually escorting him at that point.
Yep.
He's a shrewd man, and that's why he's not taking this straight deal so lightly.
Aside from the cross scimitars, what were we going to do in Grim Village?
Well...
Morgan mutters, murder.
Right.
There's looking into the entire matter of the cross scimitars, and you and this TT fellow was his name, who was actually requesting, not that we're taking his job, but that we can go look into him a little bit, Than Thuin?
Mm-hmm.
Since I assume that some of the threatening letters that your father received were from him?
Yeah, that one. Right. I was gonna say we could just skip right over, but if we've got too much business there. Because if we're already fronting him the money, we might as well just go there. But...
Or to teleport us all to Iskander.
Mm-hmm. But,
that may not be safe yet, either.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't like the principle of it, of trying to make the deal behind the lady's back just because he doesn't want to pay her out, you know? Because we are still Galante's seekers.
I didn't mean to not tell her. I didn't mean to not tell her.
That's what he means to do. If we take the 6,000, he doesn't want us to tell her.
Yeah.
He wants us to make the deal behind Galante's back.
Galante said 10, right? So what if we tell him
Galante
that we'll
said... Well, he said Galante said 8.
Oh.
And Galante told us...
JJ said that we normally take 10.
Yeah, JJ... jeez, it's been long.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine?
Yeah.
Oh, that should... It'll be fine.
But yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, if
We're whispering.
we're whispering now.
Morgan, are you okay?
Discord crashed.
It happens.
Oh.
No worries.
Oh, hi. Come back. Thank you.
She's always disappearing like that. She's so mysterious.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's a really good rogue.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
So glad we all got the wrong word.
Yeah.
He's just trying his best to change it from hypothetically.
I really am.
Okay, well maybe we could confirm with the lady as to what she actually quoted him, but if it was 6, maybe he'd be willing to give us the whip. 8. He'd be willing to give us the 6 and the whip.
I mean, that would still require the lady's agreement on an item being offered to us, which isn't actually paying the funds to the house then.
Yeah, and is that item worth 2,000? You know?
I don't know. I didn't even identify the whip. I just liked it. It was neat.
Okay.
But I'm curious if he offered something else, what else he's offering, but...
Just feel like we have a lot of enemies already right now. No thanks to myself. Maybe just offering a little kindness to somebody else might be good.
We have
I
a
mean,
lot
if
of
Orville's willing to pay his transport up north, that's kind of handling the whole situation. We'll just work on a reimbursement then.
Yeah, we gotta
Kadak.
figure that out when we get up to Iskander, or yeah, either he'll figure it out or we can figure it out.
I wouldn't mention that until we're sure no other deal or offer is going to work. JJ, you were...
I was trying to figure out who all of our enemies were, and then I realized we do have a lot of enemies. Kind of. But also not really.
Really, it's
But
just
also
one bad
kinda.
enemy.
I
You count
mean,
one, I
I count like 3-ish.
How many do you have?
I mean, there's the fun folks over in Artnam.
my
That's really
friends.
exciting. I'm not quite sure the extent of what Montserrat.
I mean,
I
Gil
only count
Nova
Montserrat and a clown.
flat out stated that
Um,
we would be considered enemies of Ravon.
Yeah, exactly. And then the cross scimitars are on my personal list. I'm sure they will not be quite happy to see me if I show up. They also might not like y'all at this point either. We did.
Guilty by association, that happens.
Yeah.
It depends on how they're aware of what we just did. I
Yeah,
don't think there was much evidence left.
No, it was exploded. To be honest. But yeah, I mean it's not terrible. A whole nation. There's still a bunch of other nations aside from Ravon, right?
Yeah. It's just it's pretty.
And that is a
Lot
thing
of
to
area.
consider with Mr. Krust here. That is a favor in a sense to the Queen of Iskander. Just goodwill there. If we escort him up, we come to a deal.
Eat a couple gnomes, shake a couple hands, go about our business.
You really like gnomes.
I've heard they have really pointy hats.
Anyone
don't-
can have a pointy hat.
They're small pointy hats.
Anyone can wear a small... I will buy a small pointy hat soon and I'll show you.
I bet you it would look better on a gnome.
I think I can pull it off. Anyway, sorry. Let's... Jones probably doesn't care. Actually, Jones might care. It's from where he's...
Oh, he doesn't care.
No,
I think
it's...
he cares.
That is his home.
Actually, yeah, because there is some stuff going on in Iskander, or was. and I don't know what side Jones's family is associated with.
Okay. Jones, Iskander, yay or nay? It's a yay.
You understood that?
Yeah, no, it's for sure a yay. There's no way that's a nay.
Okay. Well,
You understood yay.
you seem pretty apt to do this as well, Celeste. Which deal sounds the best to you?
Celeste, what is going on with Jones? I was not present for it. Is he okay? Do I need to check on him?
Yeah, you should go check on him.
He finally got a corn dog.
He probably needs some support.
Oh, he got a corn dog. Good for him.
And this is what happened.
Oh no.
I don't think he understood the situation.
I don't think he understands a few situations, but I don't think any of us were ready for this.
Look, I might not know a lot, but I'm sure there's plenty that Kobo and Jones do not understand. But I'll go check on him.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Orville is going to take a moment to roll up the leg of his nice elven pajamas so they don't get dragged through the mud.
Of course.
As is par for the course for anything he wears.
Sounds good.
And kind of slowly make his way back towards Jonesy.
Okay. You make your way back towards Jones. The smell washes over you. There's a small treble of a gag that hits the back of your throat, but there's also this weird sensation like if you've ever had that moment where like you made the terrible smell, it's more bearable than if someone else makes the terrible smell. And due to your almost reflective sort of relationship with Kobold Jones, this smell is one you feel that you could also make one day. So you don't have to make your Constitution saving throw versus being poisoned. But you enter into the bush and you see Kobold Jones full power squat, armor thrown a bit to the side, breastplate still on, chainmail tucked up over tail, and a shield and weaponry off to the side. He's currently holding on either end to one of his larger two-handed weapons, just for grip strength, and he is currently, I would say white knuckling, but he's purple, so it's more like clear pink knuckling this weapon, just for some grip.
You alright there, bud?
No.
Behind him sits a mountain of corn. Fresh and steaming.
Let me get this straight. Kobolds eat meat. That ain't meat. Your body's not happy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Guy didn't really understand what a corn dog was, but I didn't want to refuse food, so here we are.
Well, that's awful polite of you. Let's take a good hard look at where that landed you.
I'd do it again. It was delicious.
It's like he learns nothing.
It's his two favorite food groups, butter and salt.
Alright. Orville is gonna walk up to his pink, white, purple, whatever color knuckles, and kind of just rub him across and dump a healing hand in. And
okay.
Hope that
to cure sickness.
Is sickness on there? I know poison's on there.
Yeah, poison, sickness. I'll count it both ways. That's fine.
Right.
Neutralize the poison in his body. Yeah. You hit a few pressure points around his wrist. You work your monk teachings up his arm, and as if by magic, as you transfer a bit of your ki into Kobold Jones, you feel your intestinal tract begin to calm. You feel the inflammation begin to soften. You effectively got hit with Monk's equivalent of like a Dayquil or an ibuprofen. And you start feeling things slowly moving as Pepto ought to do for you. None of these are sponsors, by the way. They're just things we use in our daily lives.
Pepto-Bismol, if you're out there and you're listening.
Pepto
certainly could be sponsored by you.
And you want a performance act.
That man over there hit the DMs.
Oh, what's good? I will have more diuretics discussed on stream if Pepto-Bismol sponsors. We're
Or
here
if
to
they
give you
don't.
a shit time. If they don't, we talk about cheese and corn a lot. Another other like a horrible thing. Anyway,
Craft, I don't know if you're out there.
So the sickness passes. Kobold Jones, you feel back to yourself. The sweat beads on the top of your forehead regress back beneath your scales, and overall the world returns to one of which that is a peaceful, more beautiful time.
Once we step out of the war zone, that is.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. You want to collect your things and probably put your pants back on, and then rock the cash box like right out.
Yeah, as we leave, if there's like a server passing by, like, hey, don't go in there.
Oh, there's a groundskeeper. You're in the backyard, so you can wave down the groundskeeper. You see this like older.
No, actually, I'm just gonna like kind of run out of there like I'm shoplifting.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. You run out. You get not even 30 feet before you reach the group who's all huddled together. You kind of like, whew. You get that nice like cold sweat on the inside of your armor now. It's kind of cooling you off as the wind of the night sky begins to kind of like progress over the evening. Yeah, Kobold joined.
The wind of
Kobold
the night sky has been progressing over this evening for the majority of the evening, DM.
Also true, that's a thing.
When I get in the huddle, I'll be like, "Whew, guys, don't go in there."
Just ever.
Yeah, you're gonna need to give it like maybe like a month cooldown.
Did you fertilize the whole garden?
And more. The fences, those have been fertilized. Hopefully they'll grow twice as tall. Anyway, what's going on?
That's how fences work.
Could prepare
Sounds so
mold
cool.
earth tomorrow and come deal with it.
So, do you remember that guy, Klaus?
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's him. He and Lady Galante not come to a decision. He only wants to pay us 6,000. She wants him to pay 8,000. He wants to cut out the middleman, aka the lady. However, we're already going to be traveling north potentially, but we wanted to know where you weighed in on that. I heard you say yay, but you might have said nay. It was kind of mixed. You were, what's the word? You sounded like a wild banshee, so clear.
I felt like one. Well, I didn't hear you over my own screams, so I don't know what you asked, but, how much is it to teleport?
It's
About
2K.
2,000.
2,000. He's
Alright, I'll just give him 2,000 gold. Send him on his way.
They're the same person. I can't tell them apart sometimes.
What? That's crazy.
Vel, it can't be that hard. I got glowing eyes. Come on now.
I'm sorry. It's just purple, green. They're not opposites on the color spectrum or anything. I can't tell.
Vel, are you colorblind? Do you need to borrow one of my eyes?
Sorry. I'm fine with that if that's the option we want to take.
Yeah, okay, where's he at?
I just want everyone in agreement.
Well, are we gonna go north though? If you teleport him, if
we have stuff to do in Grim Village, though.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I thought we
So
were gonna
that-
go like up north, hit the winter springs, and then come back down, and then hit the other winter spring, and then do the Mortal Kombat thing over on the east.
That translates roughly to Bazulan Colony, Thule, a number of other things as we translate it from Kobold.
Yes, that is roughly what we had agreed to at this point, and we're just trying to decide, since Mr. Schmidt could not come to an agreement with the lady. Part of the matter is, we are the Seekers of Galante. We can't be selling ourselves too short. Not that 6K is a reasonable offer, but he wants to bypass the lady. I don't really like it, but if someone wants to offer him the funds to teleport, and
Oh,
that's fine.
I would have just taken them for free. But yeah, I'll just give him 2,000 gold. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's settled then.
All right. You guys want to head back in?
Yep.
Okay.
Ready.
The group heads back in, now with Kobold Jones in tow. You see Klaus Schmidt standing next to his automaton companion, and he looks over in your direction and goes, welcome back. What might we say that the decision has been made? Do I have to pawn some things, or can there be reason this day?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give you 2,000 gold so you can teleport out of here.
Oh, just like this?
Yeah.
Oh. You said on the road that you were raised by the dwarf, yeah?
That's right.
You honor your father.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Thank you. I cannot give you, or rather, I cannot take such a thing without giving you something. If you visit me in my workshop in the north, I will, of course, repay this debt tenfold. But for now, perhaps I can provide you're a rough and tumble sort of person. And he kind of like pads his armor a bit and then like thinks about it and reaches into a small kind of like pocket that he has and pulls out a very small, strange looking crystal. And it's about it's like a strange looking rhombus. And he takes it and he outreaches it to you and he goes, take this as the very least as a down payment on what I owe you, yeah?
Okay.
Very
And then
good.
I'll pull out the 2,000 gold and I'll give it to him.
You hand
Plat.
over 200 plat. He takes it and looks at it and goes, you are the Jones of Kobolds, yeah?
Yeah.
I will inform mine people that you are of the highest mobile fiber that I have ever encountered for the Koboldians. For years we thought that you were a race of people whom served on dragons and cowardly intents, and truly you are a knight above knights, huh?
Kobolds are just misunderstood.
I am coming around on the idea. I thank you, mine friend.
You're welcome.
Yes. Well then, if that is all, I thank you for this charity. It is beyond measure and truly the remarkable nature of a hero, yeah?
Well, it's not charity. We're friends, right?
Friends, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, fast friends we should be, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good.
Thanks.
You just need more than I do, so here you go.
This is, wunderbar. Thank you. I will go this evening, to arrange transport back home. I thank you, so very much, Mr. Jones of Kobolds.
Yeah, no problem, bud.
Yes.
See you later.
I will, I shall smell you the later. Yes, very good. It's a good joke. I should hope you do not smell me. That would be very awkward, to say the least. Anyway, thank you, Seekers of Golanti and Jones of Kobolds. I will hopefully welcome you as my home. Yeah.
If I might ask, we've traveled through Iskender before. It's a bit of a maze at times for those who aren't used to it. Could you give us some directions so we can more easily find your workshop when we arrive?
Oh, yes. The simplest way, not to say I'm not sure when you will retain such information. I don't have personally a map or a city blueprint on me. It might be simpler to say you wish to go to the Queen's workshop. If you ask any god of pure Duragarian heritage, they will take you to mine shop.
All right then.
Of course. And Thank you again. No matter what they say on the open air of you, Seekers of Galanti, you are outstanding and honorable people. And you do not smell of the cabbages. Thank you. And with that, you see Klaus kind of like give a small little nod and then turn and exit and start heading out further into the estate. His mechanical servant rises up and follows him.
That he said we don't smell while you are standing there smelling like you do right now, Jones.
To be fair,
What a man.
I'd rather smell like cabbage. That'd
He
probably be a
says
sweeter
that, but
smell.
he says that, but he's going to get 3 steps outside and he's going to change his mind about how we smell.
I think
Or
there
nostrils.
might be like a horse that went wild out there or something. You know, we'll say that. All right. Well, I don't know what this thing does, so here you go, Vel, and I'll hand you the crystal thing.
Well, let's go get set up back in our area and I'll identify it.
Is that how we're going to start the sleepover?
Is it
Starting with a ritual.
It's
What?
the sleepover? No?
That's...
Wait,
What?
Spell, while we also try your glove, could I try and eat one chicken egg and see if anything let's do an experimentation.
Oh, this is
God.
just
Experimental
self-torment, the
sleepover?
sleepover. This is wonderful. Who else wants to do something awful to themselves?
I don't
Can I
know,
shoot
but bring
myself
every
in the
pillow
foot?
blanket you guys have.
Wait, what? With Colt's gun?
Hey guys, don't worry, I'll bring my axe. It sounds like it might be needed.
JJ, if you want to see how that goes, I'm there to support you, of course.
It's gonna be a great night, everybody.
Morgan,
Okay,
do you want
see
to
you in 10 minutes. Celeste
do
is gonna
anything?
take off.
Celeste runs
see you in a
off.
little bit, Celeste? Morgan, can we see if like metal sticks to you? Are you magnetic? Like, what can we do to mess with you tonight?
I guess you can try.
All right, let's think about doing that. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get stabbed by you. Let's go.
Right. So you all will head off and make any arrangements you have before sleepover time in Velthil's suite. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do other than just like get ready, get clothes, go find an egg, that kind of thing?
I'm gonna don my armor.
You redress your armor. Nice, clean polish, good to go.
Yeah, I'm still a mess, but my armor is like
Immaculate. I figured, yeah.
I'm gonna make my armor look like pajamas.
All right, you have your armor
So scared.
shift and change into these long, flowing, kind of like I assume it's like actually, you know what? What am I doing? You design outfits all the time. What does your outfit look like? Why am I trying to do this?
why isn't she in a onesie?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a footy
it's
pajamas.
just- it's footy pajamas for the bunny.
Does it have a butt flap?
Yeah, it has to have a butt flap.
Bam.
It's incorrect if it doesn't have a butt flap,
That is fair. All right.
because then you don't have to undress all the way.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyone else? Any particulars you want to make sure you get done before arriving at Sleepover Central?
No, I'm gonna tune to it at the start of it. So yeah, no, that was good.
All right, that was good. Anyone else?
Celeste is just gonna grab every blanket and pillow that she can find and start dragging them to Vel's. We're going to Vel's room, or are we going to the living room?
Vel's room, or you can set up that little common area you guys have. Up to you guys.
She's gonna make her way to the common area.
Ooh.
Start like.
I don't know how big our independent rooms were, but like for 7 people.
I mean, we could try.
Can I have Jones, or not Jones? Can I have Orville follow Celeste, and the second she starts dragging blankets somewhere, just hop on and ride them to the common area?
Oh yeah, of course. You just hop on the back. Celeste is at this point dragging so many blankets and pillows, like 2 full arms full and some wrapped around her neck and her torso, that she probably can't feel the weight difference as it gets snagged on chairs and it knocks over tables as she drags them through the hallways without a care in the world. So yeah, that works. You hear, Vel, you hear a knock, knock, knock on your door. and you see Celeste holding mountains of pillows and blankets, Orville riding the back like a sleigh.
Okay, should we set up in the common area? Do you want to meet us there? Do you need help with your pillows and blankets?
I
Don't sleep. I apologize.
know I have a pillow and I have a blanket. I travel with it. You've seen it. It's the same one. I have a couple of the nicer ones here. I can.
You want one of your meditation pillows? Do you want me to
Yeah,
carry that for you?
Do you want to carry everything?
I just trying to be helpful and move along the process because
Why
I
don't-
am ready.
Why don't you go start getting those set up? I'll come out with
Okay.
my pillow. I'm basically ready. So
Okay.
Okay.
Imagine that's when I turn around and see Orville.
Yeah, you like wrap
Yeah.
around, and he's just sitting there like.
Do you want me? Okay, hold on, and I'm gonna start running to the common area.
You hear the dun 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 as every so often his butt slams into the sides of the walls. There are dents that many of the housekeepers groan about now, knowing they have to fix parts of the wall. But you do arrive in the common area. You see already sat down with a small cup of steaming cocoa, a small tray of marshmallows, and a long kind of like clay mug of more of whatever this drink might be, and dressed in a bright blue outfit with a little small kind of nightcap on and a scarf, a sleeping scarf. You see Bartholomew Iridan, who I'm just going to use this really cute picture of because I just want to find more reasons to use this picture, sitting there and just kind of peeking up over this and sipping cocoa as he looks in your direction and goes, "Oh, did I miss the sleepover? How long do you sleep? Where do you sleep over at? I didn't."
No. We haven't even started yet. I was
Oh.
just getting the pillows and blankets, giving Orville apparently a little ride in here.
Great.
It's
Well,
just-
I got hot chocolate. I was told this is what you bring.
Brought hot chocolate?
I did.
That's really nice of you.
Thank you. I think.
Okay. Did you bring any pillows and blankets or no?
No. I am.
okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to alarm you if you weren't already aware, but I am an elf, so I don't actually sleep ever. In fact, sleep is kind of a fanciful bit of chaos if an elf were to attempt it.
What kind of chaos?
Oh, how do I describe this? So, I would assume you sleep maybe once every, what is it, like a week for people?
What? No, I sleep every day.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. So we don't sleep at all for years, if not ever. Once we've attained the ability to meditate, that's really all we need. So at that point, sleep and dreams are things we can willfully decide to do, but it kind of goes really against the whole architecture of things, and they tend to be confusing messes of panic-induced sweats. I've heard
So how does-
a number of people enjoy doing it when they're, and I'm borrowing a phrase here, when they're tripping balls. It seems to be a great thing to do.
I'm talking to Jones again.
No, that was from a small satyr individual I used to get high with.
Okay, well, we don't do that. So,
We don't trip the testicles.
no, that's not something we do.
Oh, right,
I
of course.
don't.
I don't
Right.
either now.
Hey, so, question, is that something that somebody, like, trains to do? Or, like, are you just born doing that?
No, I think it's a personal choice. You tend to go find powder, and in
Nope,
my
not
case,
that. The
I was a big
meditating thing.
Oh, yes, elven meditation is trained on a very young age, typically within the first 5 years or so of a young elf's life. Before that time, they're perpetually exhausted, as dreams don't easily come to elven children.
Kind of sad and cool all at the same time.
I think
Can-
you've just described my entire race. Yes, of course.
I'm not sure if that statement was wrong or not, so I'm going to believe you.
I'm going to believe you
Um,
too. You're a hero. Why wouldn't I believe you?
I was just wondering if that's something that you could teach me to do. I didn't
To-
realize that it was an elf thing. I thought it was just something Vel did. But
Oh,
to now know that it's an elf thing, I'm wondering if it's something that I could learn to do.
well, of course. you would only need. I think I mastered pure meditation inside of give or take 25 years or so. So,
Oh,
I mean,
so
for
you're an
you,
expert.
yes, of course.
Oh,
Yeah. So, I mean, for you, I mean, you're very smart. Maybe 10, 15 years to figure it out.
at least.
Yeah, maybe even less than that. You're Seeker of Golanti.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Well, maybe you could try showing me how to do it tonight during our sleepover.
Yes,
Practice.
yeah, we could certainly
Yeah.
try. Yes, you're
Oh,
completely right. Sounds
cool.
great. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna set up these pillows and these blankets. Maybe we could build a fort. We're waiting for everybody to get here.
Right. Yeah. Do you have like a permit for that?
The fort?
You're building a fort inside of an estate. I just assume building codes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just show you how much we don't need that.
Oh, okay.
Like
We're
quick.
breaking the rules again. All right.
Oh.
Should I go get? I have another scarf, but it's like dark. If we're going to be like breaking the
Ooh.
law.
Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe you should get that one too.
All right, I'll go grab that. And he gets up
Okay.
and earnestly goes to his room to go fetch his black scarf. Morgan, JJ, you both arrive in the common area. In your whatever you feel is good for sleepovers. I don't know, Morgan. What's the sleepover to Morgan? What's the attire for Morgan?
She has no idea because she's never had a sleepover or been in any sense of the word, anything like that. So she's just gonna be in her like shirt and pants, like her normal stuff, but not with armor.
Like loungewear.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Morgan shows up. JJ, what is your outfit?
I posted an example in live episode memeage, which fun stuff on the Discord. We do that, but it's like a fluffy dragon kigurumi type thing.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, just a nice fluffy kigurumi, of a dragon.
There we go. Cobalt Jones, of course, arrives in armor, and Orville is dragged along Celeste. Velafil, you join the scene just as Bartholomew's arriving back from his room and has now donned a black scarf and has it up over the bottom part of his jaw and has pulled his nightcap very far down his brow and looks a bit like a cat burglar, but is still wearing like a silk, like nighttime shirt and dress.
Yeah, when I come in, I'm just like also armed all the way. I have all my weapons on me,
Oh.
and just like multiple hand axes, spear sticking out the back, shield. I got my warhammer, and then also my battle axe, and then a second battle axe that's on the back, and a little dagger like right here on the chest area.
Mhm.
And just like as I walk in, ready for the sleepover.
Are we? Wait. Is a sleepover like a war effort? Are we going to be fighting? I kind of dressed down. I thought sleeping was a thing you just did.
No, it's okay. This is traditional kobold sleepover wear.
Oh, is this like, are you a competitive sleeper? Is that how that works? Is there a ranked board of sleepers?
No, just usually when you sleep in a group, it means that you're afraid you're going to get attacked. So.
Oh, is that like is that just a fear you have, or is that like a fact?
It's a fear, but it happens like pretty often. So.
Wow. Okay. I'm learning something new every day. Can I borrow? Well.
No.
Okay. No, that's fair. He goes and climbs back into his chair and pulls his legs up on the seat and takes his cup of cocoa and starts sipping it.
This seventh dagger is more valuable to me than it would be to you.
That checks out. I think that's about right. Vel, you arrive.
Yeah, I come out, I set my pillow down and sit down, and I look at Celeste. I'm like, so how does this work?
Celeste, go ahead and if you could just roll me a d20.
Okay.
Adding your choice. You can roll intelligence or you can roll charisma.
Can I just confirm that Chunkini is coming in here too?
Oh,
With his
100
little tinkling boots?
Oh yes, small little bell boots. You see this big fluffy mass of Chunkini. march on, and you hear meow, meow.
It's the same result. 20?
20.
You said charisma or intelligence, right?
Yep, your choice.
Yeah, it's 20.
Okay, what do you want to pick? Charisma or intelligence? Which one was it?
Either way, they're both +2.
Well, it's your choice. For theming.
Probably charisma.
Charisma, okay. Val, you arrive to Celeste having now set up what can only be described as a unicorn fortress. It's not structurally sound. There are many long body pillows that have been used as walls, but it also has used much of the furniture to create a semblance of a tall, open-ended, kind of arid fort that is covered in various decorations, bits of glitter, and just random things Celeste likely found in a junk drawer. Again, it's not the best pillow fort you've ever seen, but it does probably have the most, like, character to a fort you've ever seen. It's been very well designed to have these kind of, like, long flourishes. She's taken several blankets and folded them over on ends, so there's this kind of, like, open canopy look to it, and she's more or less decorated the entire top of the common room area, all held together on, like, bits and pieces of just furniture that has now been overturned and chairs that no one was using. Bar stools have been broken apart, and overall it is like a functional fort that you might actually find shelter in out in the wild, but you're inside of an estate house, so it is kind of well done.
What's that for?
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, it looks wonderful. It's delightful.
Velithil, I think this is to defend us when we get attacked in our sleep, according to Mr. Jones.
Right,
Yeah.
the weapons. Should I go get a dagger?
Oh, definitely not you.
I could summon my sword.
Yeah, we're protecting ourselves from you, so no daggers for you.
Oh.
Jones, please do not cut my arm off.
Look, I'm not coming in here planning to cut off any arms, but, you know, if push comes to shove, in the heat of the moment, I have been known to cut arms off. So, you know, I'll temper it with wisdom and patience, but I'm not going to make a promise.
Oh god, I'm gonna lose all my limbs tonight. He's gonna use wisdom and patience.
No, probably not all of your limbs, just the one.
Mr. Jones, could you remind me of something?
Yeah. Okay.
The name of your favorite battle axe is...
Battle axe.
Oh, I thought it was named Patience, and then the other one that you keep with it is called Wisdom.
I thought those were the daggers.
Oh, were those the daggers? Ah, darn it.
Yeah, I don't name my weapons. I don't want to get attached.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, no attachments, of course.
Okay, but
So, how do we want to start this bad boy off?
yeah, what do we do?
Do we give... Should we test your arm first? Should we poke Morgan a couple times?
Well, okay, so it's you made it sound like an event that was like a thing. We're just going to do experiments. Okay, that makes more sense. I understand now.
What did you think we
Chunkini's
were gonna
here.
do?
We're not all here, and I'll summon Aja back on my arm.
You summon your snake back into reality. The snake is currently adorned in a couple wreaths of flowers, and it's just kind of like seemingly just like a limp noodle, as it's just like utterly relaxed. There's a tan across its kind of underside belly. It's been vacationing quite a while.
Aja, welcome back. I wasn't quite ready, but I'm going to get you a pina colada as soon as I can. So, what do we... yeah, who wants to go first? JJ, do you want to... I still have to attune to the glove. I wanted to make sure, just in case something happened while that was going on.
What's
So I didn't do it
doing?
yet. She was going to have an egg.
A real egg?
I clutch my axe.
Yes. Do
I'm gonna
you
just,
remember what happened?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Where do you want me to be ready to like? Take you
I'm
down?
not
Like,
out of
what?
control. I'm not out of control.
all right.
but we just have
I
to
don't know.
see.
Your
if,
hair
like-
kind of got crazy last time. You looked a little rabid.
Her whole body went crazy.
Didn't want to
Mom.
offend.
But I
whole
had
body.
control. I had control, except I couldn't
Okay.
talk. But
No.
I would rather this happen with a safe group
Okay.
of folks.
Maybe we should come up with a code though. Since you can't talk, maybe like a wink thing that you do to let us know if you're okay or not okay? Or
I can just give you a thumbs up.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that blinking thing would get confusing. Get something in your eye.
Can the beast continue hear you right now? Is it going to use it against us?
I mean, it's still me.
Despite everything, it's still you.
Do you have to say, when Moore does her thing? Because I did say that I do not know, to the best of my abilities, what is going on with Moore, and I promised my friend that, I didn't think that there was anything left, and I'm just gonna close my eyes and cover my ears while y'all poke around at Moore, just so I can, But if something bad really happens, just smack me upside the head or something. It's okay.
I can do that.
Yeah, thank you. Vel, do you need a safe word or anything?
Well, I imagine I'll be in a trance state while I'm doing what I'm doing, so I don't think I'll be doing much speaking. If I look like I start to die, or I don't know what could happen, but
Question, because I was just learning about the trance state from Buddy here, and I was just wondering if you're in a trance state and Buddy's in a trance state. Are you guys in a trance state together? Like, can he still communicate with you in a trance state?
Oh, no, that's for people who have bonded in a very particular way and open themselves up to. We are not. It's not a thing we've done. It's very personal.
Sounds hot.
There's no temperature associated with it, Mr. Jones. It's just it's a very. I would not assume.
I think you know what he means.
Nope. I completely got it. I just wasn't sure if he was going to keep going or not. So.
Yeah,
Just damn fine cocoa. That's what this is.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I figured it was really good cocoa with the way you're gripping that glass. Okay. Well. So how would we know if things are going south or not, other than you looking like you're dying?
well, I hope that having two medical professionals here would be able to note it, and Morgan's rather perceptive individual, so...
Not counting Jones as a medical professional, right?
I think he told me he was some sort of doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doctor.
Alright, so
It's
that's
all the
one.
doctor.
Who's the second?
You, Orville.
Me?
This is gonna be
Alright,
great. I
so
can't wait.
You can be the nurse.
I'm not dressed to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a nurse, though. Look at me. I'm dressed for a sleepover.
Look like you're dressed for jail.
Honestly, yeah, I thought you were doing like a jailbird thing, Orville. I wasn't quite sure.
Doesn't have underwear.
Vel said these were fine, and
Oh.
now I'm being made fun of for it. Thanks a lot, Vel.
Okay, I am sorry for that. If you would rather be naked right now, that's okay.
Do you want me to go change into my prison outfit?
No.
Oh, okay. Great. So, AJ?
So, one medical professional between the two of us. Alright, cool.
You shouldn't sell yourself short.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I was a professional. I don't know about you. I was paid for my services.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I guess, who's going first? What's the agenda?
Well, it takes Vel a hot minute to bond up with the item, right? Attuned to.
Yeah, I wasn't sure this whole event. It sounded like it was other things too, and then a fort appeared. I've never had one of these.
Oh, you also smack the ever-loving shit out of each other with pillows at point.
It's violent.
It can be violent if you want. But it can
Ready to
also
go.
just
So
be
I should
telling
go get my
spooky
dagger.
stories. It's also a lot of trauma dumping. If there's trauma in your life, sometimes it gets very intense. Sometimes it's playing pranks on each other.
JJ, I am the least traumatized and least spooky person.
Are you sure?
Most certainly.
I'm
that
very
was
traumatized.
that was a joke. Because you would tell jokes in these sorts of social
Yes,
gatherings too.
Yes,
but-
great.
yeah.
Look,
That was a good one.
Belle's getting the hang of it. It's perfect.
I say I'm traumatized as you see me putting pittons inside my pillow that I'm holding.
Never could have guessed.
Someone hurt him.
Are you hammering pins into the floor?
No, I'm putting them in my pillow so that way it hurts.
Oh, God.
Okay, I guess we won't be pillow fighting tonight.
I will win this
worry.
pillow fight.
Can I sit out of the pillow fight? I suddenly have lost my my gusto for it, honestly.
Is spellcasting allowed in a pillow fight? Because I think I can get him.
I mean, technically not.
Oh, damn.
What are the rules of a pillow fight?
You find the heaviest pillow with nothing else
Got
in
it.
it. Just pillow with fluff, or, and you just smack each other with the pillow. Wow.
Well, see, I don't actually sleep with a pillow, but if I did, it would be like this, and then I'll clink, 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 clink.
That seems like a very uncomfortable thing to meditate on, Mr. Jones. So the point is to just barbarically attack people with fluff and
That's it!
feathers.
It's a sleepover because you knock each other out.
Oh, like I'm going to sleep over there, and you're going to sleep over there.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, we have to help you guys fall asleep somehow.
I don't sleep. I
I'm
trance.
not sleeping, honestly.
No, yeah, but have you ever hit an elf hard enough? They'll sleep.
I think concussions are not sleeping, Mr. Jones.
Oh no, they are.
Well, you are the doctor, so I guess I will refer to your medical expertise.
It could lead to a big nap. The
Remember
big
that
nap.
time when you got stabbed real bad when we
I
were
do-
fighting,
Wait,
and then you were asleep for a little while? Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
there are many times I've been stabbed. I don't know in the particular of which one it is, but okay. Well, very good, Mr. Jones. I'm not attempting this, though, so however that works.
Yeah, maybe we wait on the pillow fight situation. Plus, we don't want to destroy the beautiful fort that Celeste made.
I
I'm gonna be honest, y'all made pillow fighting sound super, super scary. I don't
no, I'm
even
terrified.
want to do a pillow fight.
Yeah, that's frightening.
Personally. So,
so Jones wins.
by default.
Congratulations, Mr. Jones.
I knew it.
What does he win for win?
I'm the greatest. I'm the best.
Pillow fight champion.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Jones, you are now pillow fight champion. I will inform the bards who speak of this title.
We
Thanks.
can get like an embroidery, put it on your armor.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Lightning. I wish to inform you that Kobold Jones is pillow fight champion.
I'll work on the sketch right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have the pillow over my head like I did something great, because I did.
JJ will quickly start sketching Kobold Jones holding this pillow
Big old pillow.
above his head and just a pile of us underneath him.
Oh, jeez. All right
The
then.
victorious pose.
So pillow fight done. We're playing Poke the Morgan. Is that the next game on the list?
JJ's gonna. I thought JJ was gonna eat an egg.
Oh, we're doing the egg thing.
Oh,
Okay, great.
whichever
No,
way,
yeah,
whichever way.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go sit in a corner and hold my ears and face away after I eat the egg, and y'all poke at Morgan.
Oh,
Do we
okay.
need to surprise you with the egg, or
No, I'm just gonna eat it, and she's just gonna.
You just wolf the egg.
I was going to.
So, Val, you're working on attuning to the glove. Is that
Yeah.
right? So what are you unattuning from?
Nothing.
Oh, you just have an empty slot?
Yeah, because I removed curse and unattune from the wand when we got back.
Oh, gotcha. No worries then. So yeah, so as you're working on that, you're pulling the stitching tight, and you're kind of like equipping it on, and like slowly trying to focus your energies to align with it. JJ, you hawk an egg into your mouth. Immediately, as the crunch and the yolk begins to trail into the back of your throat, you feel it almost like this warm, well-broiled sensation. There is immediately a flare of your nostrils, your eyes and pupils dilate, your ears stand up on end, and you all begin to hear this popping, this breaking, this snapping sound as bits and pieces of JJ Lightning begin to morph and twist and cruelly expand outward. JJ, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw. That doesn't look good. I can't hear you.
The nat one.
Oh, it's a nat 1? Darn, that's great. So with this, you hear this breaking sound, this kind of guttural roar that echoes out and emanates from her. Her snout begins to elongate, her head pops and cracks, and her skull seems to grow a bit larger. Her antlers continue to kind of leaf off like a great growing tree. And before you, courtesy of Temasu, you see this large, horrifying creature now stood there, weapons discarded, armor in tatters, truly the sleeping attire now torn into pieces as it kind of rips through bits and pieces of her. And JJ, you see with bright blood-red eyes a room full of feathered, foul creatures that all just look unbelievably delicious. I need everyone to roll initiative. Including JJ. Celeste, what do we get?
19.
You said 19? Morgan, what do we get?
23.
Holy shit. Morgan, you might have won this combat and the following combat. I'm not sure. Cobalt Jones, where are we at?
11.
11. Okay. Orville.
9.
Okay. Vel.
11 for Vel, 14 for Aja.
Okay. So Aja. And then I'm assuming you probably have higher dex than Cobalt Jones. And then JJ, what do we get?
20.
20? Okay. So Morgan, you look around the room. Immediately, your spidey sense tingles, this danger sense that you've recently acquired tingles. You feel the kind of large artery within your neck begin to pulsate. Your adrenaline is immediately tapped into, your heart immediately made ready, and you feel your arm begin to twist and pop, and you hear, "Danger. It's going to kill us. We have to kill it." What do you want to do?
It won't kill us. And then I'm just going to kind of back up away from her.
Okay, you take a few goose-like steps away. JJ, behind your blood-red vision, as you begin to have a bit of drool mouth around your maw, this long kind of furred maw and these heavy-set claws that now protrude from the ends of your fingers, one of the geese begins to waddle backwards, tauntingly at you, as it waves one of its feathered hands in your direction. Truly, it is attempting to provoke you. That is Morgan's turn. JJ, your turn. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw at the start of your turn.
That one.
Yeah, seems good. So who would you say is closest to you? Who wants to be closest to JJ?
I will be.
You will be? That's fine. So JJ, if you could, I need you to make me just 2 d20 rolls as if you're making an attack, a melee attack roll. So 2 melee attack rolls, and please add +4 to those attack rolls.
18.
18. So, well, with your regular bonuses, it's an 18.
Oh, on top of regular bonus.
Correct.
Oh, fuck.
You can use your strength
So
or your
it's a
dex for this.
20. I guess it's just a +2 on my unarmed strength. Oh, my deck. I'll use my strength. That's fine. It'd be 20.
20. Okay. Kobold Jones, a 20. I don't think hits you, right?
So 20 is my AC, but I probably would not have my shield out yet.
Okay. So does hit. JJ, go ahead and roll me, please, 3d4. And add your strength modifier, if that's what you're using. You said 7?
Yes.
So 8, 9. So that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage to you, Kobold Jones. Yes, JJ.
It's magical.
Sorry, that was 6. I forgot I had a -1 on that.
8 points of slashing damage to you, Kobold Jones. And it is from a non-magical source. JJ, second attack on Kobold Jones. Please go ahead.
Is it still 2 d20? Is it still 2d20?
Nope,
Or is it...
This one. You don't have advantage.
Okay. The second one was 14 as well.
So 14 total with the extra +4?
Yes.
Okay. So 14 will miss even without a shield. So you didn't hit both attacks, so you don't get your bite. But you stare as your claw tears into the side of Kobold Jones, nicking a bit of his skin not covered by his armor. Celeste, you look and you see JJ deeply breathing, 2 heavy claws out, and attempting to eat Kobold Jones. There's a long kind of strand of drool and saliva dripping out of her. What do you want to do?
You can do what you have to do.
How far away would I be from her?
Within
That
5,
far,
10
right?
feet. Yeah, I mean, you're in a small room. The tops of her antlers are poking holes in the canopy roof of your fort.
She has physically done damage to Jones, right?
Yeah, you see blood trailing down, like the arm of Jones.
Okay.
One of her
I'm gonna
claws
reach
snuck
out.
up underneath.
This is what JJ looks like right now.
Yep.
She's beautiful. I'm gonna reach out and like grab her on the shoulder.
Mhm.
And kind of shake her and be like, okay, that's enough. And I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. Go ahead and roll to hit.
It's 17.
Does a 17 hit your armor class +4, JJ?
Yes.
Okay, so hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's 19 damage.
19 points of bad necrotic damage to you, JJ. Just make me a second charisma saving throw. Another nat 1? Oh.
23.
23. You feel this energy wash over your form, and for a moment your eyes begin to turn from like a bright bleeding red to a kind of a pink. The rage inside of you seems to subsist, and for a moment the images of geese switch and change from you into that of your friends looking very concerned at you. Your ears fold down and your horns kind of tilt and wilt as your head begins to become less tense.
He's technically shifted right now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Can I use her? Because it's Celeste's turn over.
I think so. You attacked. Do you want to move away from her, or you?
Well, I know that I get 2 attacks, but because inflict
It's a
wounds
spell.
is,
Yeah, you only get
so
one.
it will only be once. Okay, so I don't think that's it. That's all I got. Yeah,
Okay.
that would be the end of my turn.
That's Celeste's turn. So JJ, is there anything else you wanted to do, or something you could do? Your reaction?
Yes.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I wanted to use her reaction to skip back 10 feet.
Sure.
I feel like
you hop back away from this. You tear holes throughout the top of the pillow fort. The bits of silk kind of drape down, almost like in a strange kind of destroyed way. And you pressure back up against the hallway as if frightened, as you clear much of this small common room. Bartholomew looks around and looks to everyone, and you hear him speak under his breath. And there's crashing and screaming and yelling and several explosions in the background. And then you hear a thunk as a sword comes through the wall and flies into his hand. And he's holding this very long, glowing sword. He goes, I don't want to have to kill you, but I will murder... Wait, no. Is that still Miss JJ?
Yes, it is. Just be ready to defend yourself. Give her a minute.
Right. Defend me. And he releases the weapon, and you see it floating in front of him, like moving backwards and forwards. He goes, all right, we're ready. And he puts his fisticuffs up under behind the sword. Aja's turn.
She's just gonna chill on me for now until
Okay.
I get to try something else on my turn.
Velithil's turn.
JJ, can you give me a thumbs up?
JJ, you hear hissing and yelling in your ears.
she's just gonna hiss back.
I cast Hold Person.
Fails.
Fair enough. Celeste Jones, do you think you might be able to, hold her to the ground, maybe? She's not herself right now.
The person's definitely gone. Cobble Jones.
All right, I'm going in for the tackle.
All right.
I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna try to grapple.
All right, go right ahead. Go ahead and give me a athletics or acrobatics. JJ, make me an opposed athletics or acrobatics. You are no longer under your effects, so it's just a straight roll for however you want to attempt to defend yourself. You do have a +2 circumstance bonus, technically, because of your size category larger. She is size large right now. You got a 5? Cobble Jones, what do we get?
Got an 11.
As if you've shouted to defend Mr. President, you take JJ down by the legs, full judo style, and just slam her to the ground in a straight spine buster maneuver. You hear a big clattering, and this dolorous ringing as your armor rings against her. You immediately put your forearm to her throat, and she is on the ground, ready for a pin.
All right, and that's it. I'll just try to keep her subdued as best I can.
All right, Orville.
Does she need further restraint?
It is a size small kobold, currently tackling a size large whatever the fuck JJ turned into.
All right, we're gonna waddle over to the corner and just proceed to stun lock the shit out of JJ.
Okay, you walk over, and you ready your low sweep kick as every Street Fighter character ought to.
I'm just gonna spam crouch punch.
Yeah, crouch punch.
We're gonna try and land a stunning strike on JJ. So, first attack against. Do I have advantage on this?
She's prone, yes.
Yahoo! All right.
Yahoo!
That's gonna be a 16 to hit.
Does 16 hit, JJ?
It does not.
16 misses.
All right, second attack.
Yep.
That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Please make a con save for me. DC 13. Or stun.
6.
Your body locks up. You hear this big heavy crack in the side of JJ's neck. She twists awkwardly, and you see her body lock up. Her muscles all seem to paralyze over, and she goes limp underneath Kobold Jones. Is that going to be it for you, Orville?
That is my action. I'm going to bonus action patient defense.
Okay.
For another key point.
You ready yourself against any would-be attacks? Top of the round, Morgan. You again hear this woman's voice in your ear. You hear, "Now is the time. We can sever its head. Hang it on the walls. It'll be great." What a
No,
fine
I'm not
trophy.
doing that.
Oh. What are we doing?
She's my friend.
What?
She's not a danger.
What do you want to do with your turn?
I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna hang out.
Okay.
Everybody's really close to her.
Do the old Fonzarelli, lean back onto a wall, punch the jukebox, have a sip.
I'm just gonna ready for anything if anything comes my way.
Roll for cool rogue stuff. B-boy stance. JJ, start of your turn, you are paralyzed. I need you making another charisma saving throw. Ooh, no, we lost Morgan again.
Oh, good. She'll be back in a second.
Wait, can I
She's
just-
posted about it.
There we go. There we go.
That is a 25 this time.
25. Again, another layer of this bestial rage, this overbearing primal presence within you, this almost beast-like understanding of the world around you, these heavy scents and sensations of hunt and the thrill of the kill begin to wash away from your well-educated mind, and the force of your personality begins to break through. You are paralyzed on the ground, a bit scared and rattled, but you have awareness of your surroundings at this point. The kind of hissing and almost bestial-like drumming in your ears fades, and you can clearly hear the room as people begin to express their concern of what to do next to you. But you do understand them as language once more. That is going to be Celeste's turn.
She's looking like she's coming to, right? She doesn't look.
Are you trained in animal handling?
No.
No. She is paralyzed on the ground as a ferocious, scary beast with blood on her claws.
Okay.
The question is the boar we have trapped going to stab me when I open the trap?
I'm going to go over and help hold her down and just talk to her. It's okay. Okay. No more. Come on. Snap out of this. You're big and strong. That's it.
All
My
right.
turn.
Easy enough. She automatically fails her defense against being pinned, and you pile on top helping Kobold Jones pin her. Bartholomew sits there at his chair, sword moving backwards and forwards in front of him. He leans forward to the counter, grabs the mug of cocoa, fills back his drink, sets it back down. Ooh, too hot. Ooh, burn my lips. Aja's turn.
Aja's also going to go and help and just kind of wrap around her wrists a little bit. It won't do much, but like just kind of a little extra bit of binding.
Aja says, "This one claw? Fuck that claw. You got that one." Vel, your turn.
Basically the help action, but it's already been done. I am going to cast Alter Self and make myself look like JJ's mom.
Okay, sure enough.
And then I'm going to go right in front of her and take her head in my hands and say, "It's okay, sweetie, just come back." Come back.
Go ahead and give me a deception check, and JJ, give me an insight check at disadvantage.
So 20, 21.
Ooh. You get another one? Oh, jeez. Yeah, easy enough. You cradle her head, and the face of her mother, kind of like weeping over her and expressing concern over her, seems to tether onto what little bit of humanity that JJ has left. And over the next few seconds, as she comes out of her paralyzation, once it starts on Orville's turn, you see her body begin to twist and morph and slowly reduce back down to what effectively is JJ. Just now in tattered nighttime clothes. Kobold Jones, do you release your pin?
No.
I didn't think so. So you were able to establish a full Nelson choke on her. And anytime you want, you can pull up on it, and you're in full control of this grapple.
Perfect.
JJ, you return to your senses and normal form.
Goose.
We can't hear you.
I think you need to buffer your push to talk for like a second.
Yeah,
It's a little
just hold
wonky.
it on.
Oh, is it better now?
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, JJ said that she hates it and that everyone was a goose. Honking geese.
It looks like geese.
Yeah. Morgan's goose was like very tempting.
I know that JJ would never call me a goose, and I'll tighten up.
Oh my god!
At this point, JJ, I assume you're going for a tap.
JJ, I'm sorry, I'm still in form. JJ, I need a thumbs up still, sweetie. Okay. Jones, let her go.
Yeah, I drop it.
The chokehold is released, or the full Nelson's released, and you release JJ back to the rest of you. You kind of twist and stretch your neck a little bit. You look around. Your outfit is in torn, kind of just like tethers and pieces of cloth as it kind of rolls around there. But you've come back.
Hey, I don't want to eat eggs ever again. Unless absolutely necessary.
JJ, are you again?
Yeah.
All right, I just want to voice my opinion. I am 2 strikes against sleepovers. These are absolutely terrible.
Right. Well.
What
was the first strike?
one?
The terrifying pillow fight. I'm not a fan.
But we're not doing that, so it doesn't count.
No, but I had to learn about it, which is already frightening.
Okay.
Actually not that bad, but you know.
Right.
Anyway,
You see Bartholomew reach out and grab his sword and holds his cocoa in the other hand. Also, I must warn you, if you come within 5 feet of me, I will attack you.
that's fair.
I feel like that's true
I gotta
of
say,
a lot of people in this room.
I think this is the calmest sleepover I've ever had.
I don't want to know what kind of kobold sleepovers you've had, sir.
No, you probably don't.
No, I think that's a good pass. All right, well, that was horrific. What did we learn?
No more eggs.
Right. Didn't we
Try
know
it again.
that? Oh, we could try again. I don't want to try again.
Eggs only in dire circumstances.
Oh, that seems fine.
Morgan's
chaos is cool, and I'm gonna reach over and poke Morgan.
Okay.
JJ's gonna immediately turn around.
Morgan, go ahead and make me, if you could, a charisma saving throw.
Literally after all of this.
Yep.
Immediately. That's so Celeste.
What's your charisma save, Morgan?
A 4.
A 4. You hear in your head, attack her!
Man,
Brace yourself!
did you add your plus 2?
Brings it to a 6.
Oh, hey.
Celeste, I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Man, it's good dice. 19.
19?
Huh?
All right. You poke Morgan, and as you're pulling your hand back, you see the exact area you poked her on her skin. Her pores, the actual pore on her arm, opens up, and a like sliver of what looks like blood at first emanates out from her arm, but it is a thin needle-like substance that seems to have a metallic shine in the right light. And it flies forward and stops as you kind of juke away, and it's right at the edge of where you're at and nearly strikes you. Slowly you hear it
Man.
and pull back into her arm.
Okay, well, it still doesn't like us.
She's going to be hard to tackle, so I'll pull out my axe.
You hear in your voice, or you hear in your head, Morgan, you hear, you see, they're out to get us. They're out to attack us. We were just accosted. We could cleave them in twine. And you have visions of this, like, almost bodybuilder-esque version of yourself with a massive axe over your shoulder and cutting, like, large bestial creatures in half.
We've survived worse than a poke in the shoulder. I think we're okay.
Mm.
Jones, can you put that axe away, please?
What's the safe word?
I'm not responsible for what happens to you.
It's a very complicated
Oh,
safe
okay.
word. Yeah.
Oh, you got it. All right.
I thought it
Nice.
was still pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Is it corn dog?
Oh, safe word is
No.
corn dog.
That
may
is
come up at
not
any moment.
safe.
Yeah. No, it was spaghetti, but when we had that conversation earlier, this works. It's close enough.
That was awful, too. Neat.
Anybody else want to try?
I'm good, personally. Oh, wait. I have an idea. You see Bartholomew look at the table, and he reaches down, sets down his cocoa, picks up a marshmallow, and flicks it at Morgan. Morgan, well, we're going to see if it hits. First question. Does a 15 hit you without armor on?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Thank you.
13?
13. The marshmallow hits against the side of your skin. You see reflexively again, there's like a large kind of needle that shoots out from where it connects. It impales the marshmallow, and you see the marshmallow begin to shake and dissolve as if it's just hit a like bubbling liquid substance. And then slowly you see this metal retract into your body. And Bartholomew goes, well, that's a great party trick. I'm never coming within 5 feet of you ever again. Just so we're clear, if you are bleeding out on the ground, I will assume you do not need my assistance. There's a
Honestly,
thing.
that's probably smart.
Yeah, no, there's a thing called implied consent that you would want to be saved, but in this condition, I do not think you'd want to be saved.
Nope.
Yeah, nope, indeed.
Hey, Morgan, did you say you could talk to it?
To an extent.
Call it an
Yeah.
asshole.
Don't do that. That doesn't sound very nice.
No,
But
I think
maybe
that-
She's
you could
very
ask it.
aggressive.
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure at this point it could. Oh, she
Gee,
heard you say that you called her an asshole.
Oh, that's fair. Sorry, ma'am.
did you ask her? Ask her why she doesn't like us?
We keep fucking with her.
It's not you, it's... She thinks everything's a danger around us.
Ask her how we can. Never mind. How
Yes,
can we
did I.
prove ourselves that we're not a danger to you? Besides not poking you, because that doesn't seem very fun.
Yeah, poking's probably not the best way.
Oh, okay. Put that up.
Yeah, I'll ask
Okay.
how they can prove themselves.
You hear like this kind of like almost like there for a moment there's like a strange sound, almost like an animal in a cage. before it kind of comes back to you and you hear, they can prove themselves useful to us. They could... Not a danger. I'm not quite sure. Until otherwise, they're all dangers. They could separate us. They could make us weak.
I don't think they would try to separate us, but I'll just look to Celeste and just say that it's a matter of time.
Okay, we all just met Morgan's new body mate only like a day and a half ago. So let's give her some more time, not throw things at her or do any aggressive motions towards her, not eat eggs and turn into monsters near her. I am still going to do the glove thing tonight and see. So, like, I don't know if you want to be here when I become a threat, because I keep hearing threat be said. So
I'm just gonna back up like as far as I can away from Vel, kind of in the corner, and then I'm gonna plop Chunk on my lap so I can't move.
Yeah, you invite the cat over to you. You hear "Meow," and it goes over. Immediately there's pain in your legs as the weight and heft of this cat slams down. He starts making biscuits on your thighs, using his claws because he's kind of an asshole cat. Actually, no, he can't because he's in little boots. You feel them on the other side of the boots. But then makes a circle, leaves a couple bruises on your legs because of just the sheer weight, and then plops down, and you feel as if you have the pinned condition. Yeah.
All right, I think we're good.
Yeah. You hear this like voice in your head and go, "Is this a threat? It's so soft and fat. Pet this thing."
He's not a threat, and then I'll pet him.
And Chunkini immediately like does that thing that cats do, where like you move your hand towards them and like gives it a little bit of like suspicion, and slowly brings the top of their head into like the palm of your hand. You start hearing purring after just a couple of seconds. Like, we trust this one. But with that, what's next?
okay, it's my turn. I'm going to get back to attuning to this glove, and we'll see what happens.
Right. You spend time and you attune to the glove without much hindrance. There isn't really a big difference or sensation that comes with it, but you do sense a deeper bonding and connection with the leather and stitching of this glove.
I guess I'm going to get some rest and see if I can take a look at what's inside my head.
Do you want someone to like hold your hand? Maybe like you can make your like body squeeze a hand if something's going wrong?
Oh yeah, we can try that. I was actually thinking Aja is connected to me. Someone could keep a hold on her. Maybe she'll feel if something's horribly wrong with me.
Why not both? Backups just in case. Okay.
Are you a light meditator? Because I'm not ready to go to sleep yet. This party's just begun.
I'm with Mr. Kobold, Jones. Yeah, no, I'm not going to sleep anytime soon. I'll tell you that much.
I think I should be able to at least try. I'm not really too worried if things wake me up a little bit. I don't know what's going to happen, but you have your fun.
Alright, you heard him. Servants, bring the keg in.
Unbeknownst to the party, there are two servants, horrified at this point, with a wheelbarrow and a whole keg of ale. And they slowly wheel things in. Do you want this just here, sir?
Yeah, I can take it from here. Thank you.
And they tilt the keg over, leave a tap and a cork and a hammer, a mallet. You go, have a good evening, sir. We'll patch the wall tomorrow. And they head off in the direction where Bartholomew's sword came from. And you start hearing like, oh goodness, God damn it! And you start hearing like spackling and hammering throughout the evening now. But yeah, are you attempting to actually sleep, Velthil?
Is that what's required? I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm. That is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So having a better understanding of the glove, who is holding your hand?
Les, do you want to hold her hand or do you want to hold Aja? Of course, I ask you.
Everyone's eating. Snack time.
I wanna hold the snake.
Okay.
Friend.
JJ will hold her hand.
Okay. JJ holds on
You
to
can take a
Velthil's hand.
pillow though,
Mhm.
so that the snake can rest on a pillow.
Oh yeah.
She's a queen. We
Yep.
all know. So
She's already like expecting you to feed her marshmallows.
as I
swallows them
am
whole. Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah, of course.
Ask her if I can get her a martini or anything that she may need.
There's a couple of like agreeable tongue flicks. JJ, you hold Velthil's hand. Velthil, you attempt to actually sleep for maybe one of the first willful times in your life that you've attempted such a thing. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, nice. 21.
21. You have control and mastery over your body to an extent that you begin to try to force yourself to sleep. It doesn't really work. It takes you the better part of an hour to finally allow yourself to relax enough to enter into a kind of a thinly veiled dreamlike state. You feel your mind begin to drift from you, and you begin to feel reality itself peel away. There is a spinning, dizzying effect, and you begin to free fall, your mind unaccustomed to what is truly happening in this moment. You look out and you can see across a pitch black scene a single glowing mitt, and it appears before you. What do you want to do? It looks like the glove, specifically.
I'd like to grasp it.
Okay. You reach for it, and the moment your fingertips touch the edge of it, it apparates onto your arm. JJ, you feel a glow emanate out, and a warmth of the glove itself touch across your fingers. Let's see here. JJ. JJ, do you have 32 hit points or less?
I do.
All right. JJ slumps to the side, grasping Velithil's hand as she passes out as well. Velithil, in your grasp, you look over this glove, you hold it up, and you're kind of admiring the glowing stitchwork. The glove in the real space begins to glow with this warm heat, and it's almost soothing and cool to the touch all at once. There's this kind of welcoming, comforting warmth that you feel, JJ, and you kind of feel yourself collapse, and when you open your eyes in front of you, you see Velithil, and Velithil, you see JJ in this bleak, black, kind of eminent area. As you look across the horizon and the scope, the pair of you are standing there holding hands. You look up, and JJ, you do note that Velithil has both of her arms still in this kind of dreamlike state, and there's a lot of the damage and kind of wear and tear of her adventure has kind of washed away from her in this kind of ideal version of who she is. Off just a bit of a hair's breadth away from you all, you see a glowing, almost celestial-like door that is decorated in this strange kind of curved and twisted looking motifs, almost befitting that of a large gate. that you might find at a cemetery or mortuarium.
Are you
Are you?
just a part of my dream? Am I dreaming about JJ?
Oh wait, am I dreaming about you?
Did you fall
That's
asleep while holding
strange.
my hand?
Maybe. I guess I did.
Huh.
Do you want to open the door?
I do want to go open that door, but do you want to be here?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want me to be here? I mean, I can leave. This is kind of personal.
I don't know what
You
I'm
think I can
about to
leave?
see. The poison's in my mind. I feel like a lot of my personal business has been kind of in the open for everyone at this point, so I don't mind. I don't know if there's any danger to you or your.
No, either. I mean, I could let go of your hand and see if it lets me leave.
That's up to you. It's kind of comforting that I'm not doing this alone, but
Okay, yeah, I can stay. That's fine.
you're sure? You
You
had
got
kind
this.
of a whole thing already tonight. I don't want to put my.
No, the last week has been a whole thing. So, what could happen next? Who knows?
I feel like that is a very open-ended question of a lot of horrible things. But if you're down for this, let's go see that door.
Go open that door.
All right.
There's not anything else on the landscape, right? It's just
No,
the door.
an open, bleak kind of standing. You're at full sanity, right? Are you missing any points of sanity currently?
I don't think so.
Okay, then yeah, just a singular
Because
door.
we had the meal. Yeah, I'm at full sanity.
A singular glowing door that bears a striking resemblance to that you would find at a mortuarium, kind of like an old stone entrance to like a graveyard.
Yeah, we'll go to the door.
Okay. You approach the door. As you approach it, you hear a clicking and unlocking sound. The light of your glove fires forward, and you see this large door that has your name written in Elven across it in kind of like beautiful calligraphy, and it busts between two kind of like openings as the stone slides apart. And the pair of you feel yourself thrust forward into this dizzying spell of spinning and twisting visions. Before long, you open your eyes in an almost peerless flash. And as you have this kind of like overlooking feeling, you feel yourselves as if atop a large cliffside facing down upon a open landscape. But you see where bleak and darkness once emanated now, you can see heavy set fields, these kind of overturned and tilled lands that seem almost a bit bit macabre in a sense and kind of design of it. Very heavy blacks and purples that run across the lengths of the various fences and grounds. And every area where you might expect to see a tilled field or some type of crop, there are heavy set towering bookcases and shelves adorned with all manner of what appears to be various collected works. It seems to almost form a large kind of secular pattern, and they all seem to twist and turn unnervingly, as if the entirety of this area is very well alive. Curiously, however, in the very center of this place, you see a massive, and I mean truly massive, base of a tree that emanates further than the sky can truly make out in your vision. And a number of bright green effigies and lights dance around the trunk of this massive tree that seems to dominate much of the landscape. What would you like to do?
We're above this?
Yeah, you feel like you're on the edge of a cliff looking down at this scene. But as you look down to see your feet, the pair of you are floating in air, overlooking this area, as if held adrift by some supernatural means.
What tree is that?
I don't know. It's perhaps my center? It's at the center. Are the books? Let's go see what the books are.
Yeah.
If they're my... Let's go see what all of this is. I'll try to move us down towards the running bookshelves.
Okay. As you feel this, this kind of desire and feeling sensation of, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
So no proficiency?
Nope, just intelligence.
14.
14. You feel the world around you warp and twist, and as you will yourself to be forward, you instead appear and apparate. You feel everything kind of stretch along the sides, and JJ, it is heavily disorienting. Your mind begins to swirl and twist. There's a dizzying effect as this movement and momentum propel you forward and deeper within the kind of landscape of Velithil's mind. The pair of you land on fresh-tilled, grave-like soil, and as you look around, you can see these kind of like strange-looking gray and white shadows that seem to almost float between the different aisles of these various bookshelves laid across this barren, almost very much grave site that seems to dominate the majority of Velithil's mind. The heavy bookshelves all are laden with various tomes of various sizes, colors, make, and model, each one bound with a strange amount of writing that seems sylvan or elven in nature, but is a garbled mess of nothing. Like a non-distinct language, so to speak.
The shades have no particular shape or distinction?
They seem humanoid in nature, and every time you turn and look at one, if you seem to focus on them, their details begin to shimmer, and you see passers-by that you might have come across in town or in your time living. Just fragmented memories of other people.
I want to take one of the books and see if there's anything inside.
Okay. You reach forward and grasp a book, and no sooner than you think to do it, the pair of you kind of like fly forward. You reach up, still holding JJ's hand, and reach with your free hand, remembering it's still there, and you produce a tome from there. You open it up, and it is just a stream of gray and black text and lettering swirls and dizzying looking designs that don't seem to bear any type of semblance of story or information conveyed. I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
11.
11. You lose in this moment your control over what is occurring. The pair of you close your eyes as a bolt of white, hot, intense light washes over the pair of you. JJ, you look around and you can smell something freshly made emanating out. You look around and seem to be in a kitchen. The pair of you, much smaller than the size of this kitchen, it's clearly made for giants of some nature. And you hear a garbled voice of a woman echoing out and saying, and you can look and see two large shadowy figures standing by a counter, seeming to argue and debate with one another. You look across Velithil, JJ. She is no taller than 3 foot tall, and seems to be that of a child in this moment.
Is this your old home?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to stop or you want to continue on?
This is what I'm looking for. This is just my memories. Let me now try to put the book back.
Okay. You don't feel the book in your hand anymore, but go ahead and give me an intelligence check to just will the book closed.
13.
13. It takes a bit of doing, and you try for a little over a minute. JJ, the scene in front of you seems to be a bit of argument between two shadowy figures. You can hear muffled, just kind of amalgamations of language before one of them turns, the shorter of the two, turns and points directly at Velithil and seems to reprimand her for something. You're not quite sure. When this happens, the world shakes and everything seems to grow even larger, and Velithil seems to grow even smaller. And then finally, you hear the closing of two covers, and you are back in this graveyard with these large, almost, now that you realize it, almost tombstone-esque bookshelves that line this heavy yard. And Velithil sits the book back down on a shelf.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't even. It's fine. I'm not. I want to see if there's a connection in my mind to the creatures from Audenham, to the stone that I've attached to myself. I have to be ready to face my own parental issues.
You know. Okay, well maybe let's look for a book cover that looks out of place, maybe. You know, that might not look like the others. Perhaps.
I want to check the tree first.
Okay.
As you think to do
The
this,
figures there were different.
the pair of you, again, this disorienting effect, everything washes away, and suddenly you stand before the base of this great tree that seems to peel throughout the heavens itself. These dancing green lights seem to swirl and move across it. Anytime you look or focus, you can almost hear this kind of like soft, warm, giggling laughter of children echo from across these glowing stones. Before you sits a tree, and at the trunk of it, adorned in various heavy-looking chains and locks that all bear striking resemblances to a number of kind of containments you had seen in your travels recently. And at the base of the great tree, with a very heavy-set lock upon it, is a beautiful stained glass door that seems to emanate out the pattern found on the necklace that Velithil wears across her form.
This has to be me, right? My innermost self, guarded from...
Everything?
Yeah.
I would assume so. It's like your roots, your whole essence, maybe.
Let's try to find the shadows. Let's find Kizzo and his friends. I'm just gonna focus on trying to locate where they could be. You're muted.
Oh, there we go. As you say this, you see from behind this pale stained glass a shadowy figure move backwards and forwards. as if invoking these names has caused something to stir within the great tree.
They're in you.
It's a prison. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's just a prison. I have to undo these protections to try and face them.
You get a sense that that's not a protection.
No?
Not for you. Unless you're a fey, fiend, undead, or... You definitely get the feeling in the pit of your stomach that you could probably walk through these doors without a problem.
Well, are you ready?
Yes.
Right. Walking through the doors?
Yeah.
All right. And that's where we'll take our 5-minute break, folks. We're at 9:28. We'll come back at 9:33. Just a quick little 5-minute break. And then we'll see what's inside the tree within Velithil's brain. See you guys in a bit. Peace. Hey folks, welcome back. Hi, it's me again, Kareem Samir. Those are the Seekers Galanti. This is still Second Wake. If you stayed with us after our long 5-minute break, we certainly thank you guys. As always, we really appreciate you level 20 characters. If you're still with us on YouTube, hey, I hope you're enjoying the episode. We've had like a lot of really good, heavy roleplay moments, so yeah, it's always good to explore that kind of stuff and have that time at the table, even if it makes Kobold Jones want to bang his head into the wall before he can kill something. I honestly thought he might try to kill JJ just out of like, got all these weapons, gotta use them for something.
Tempered wisdom.
Ah, that is true. The wisdom of a dwarf. The body of a kobold. The swobold. But yeah, as always, we thank you, our level 20 characters, for sticking with us. When we left for the break, we're into Slumber Party Madness, Part 1. The group has encountered that JJ's still kind of touchy on the egg thing. Morgan's still kind of not about the touchy thing. And now Velithil is attempting to touch the inside of her mind, and we'll see how that goes as well. So yes, when we left for break just 5 minutes ago, but I'll cover it again. Velithil had donned and activated the latent ability of Reality's Grasp, a gauntlet they had acquired from the archer on the road, from the cross scimitars that they had come across, knowing that it had the power to delve within one's mind and dreamscape, a funneling chaos of events for an elf, but truly as somebody as sane and well adjusted, she's acclimating to it quite well. JJ, unbeknownst to her, holding the item when it's activated, does cause some people who are touching it the strange sensation of falling asleep. So that is where we are at here, and she has just joined Velithil within her dream, and they've been holding glowing gloved hands at this point. So yes, within Velithil's dreamscape, we came across effectively an organized mess of her dreams, her memories, her information stored across what appears to be some type of information graveyard, adorned in the center with a large tree and green effigied spirits that seem to swirl it, a lock placed upon it to ward off what we assume to be evil. And with that, seeking answers and information, Velithil and JJ enter into the heft of the tree. As you cross the boundary, Velithil, you look across and you can see this large floor that seems not of marble, but instead a squishing, almost living-like material. There is a gray kind of polish and marble to it, with large obsidian-detailed work like veins that run across the length of it. Adorned under the walls of this great massive tree, however, you note that there is light pouring in all directions, each behind a fitted piece of stained glass. You look, and strangely enough, as each curious-looking collection of stained glass just seems random and out of sorts. Anytime your attention focuses on one for any period of time, the glass shifts and moves. And the first one you see is that of a portrait of your mother. The next, you shift and twist and see a number of old familiar faces from your hometown. The third seems to be a stained glass window that has been broken, and there are cracks that run along the length of it. It attempts to shift and change, but for whatever reason, it seems unable to do so. The next over and following still, you start to see each stained glass window begin to switch into a portrait, an image of each of your companions here with the Seekers of Galanti. Beautiful effigies of each of the members of your party that you have grown to be almost as good or better than family with. And you look at the dead center of the room, adorning this strange chamber, sits a large marbled-looking gemstone, very similar to that which you have adorned within your arm, but massive, much more massive than you could possibly imagine. And sat atop it is a small, striped hat with what appears to be bells on the end of it. What would you like to do?
Can I try to understand more about why there's one broken?
Yeah, you can. You want to focus in on it?
Yeah.
Give me a insight check.
Ooh, 19.
19. You look and try to focus on it. The pieces attempting to reconfigure and realign themselves, but there seems to be something broken, torn free, or otherwise damaged upon the stained glass window. But even with this, as you look it over, the pieces, like a puzzle, align quite strangely to that of a form of a man. You're not entirely sure who it is, as the face is the most damaged part of it. But there seems to be something in your past or present that has removed this figure from its pristine condition. You attempt to focus further.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a intelligence saving throw.
Is 22.
22. You look further on the stained glass window, your mind attempting to unravel the mystery of who this might be. You hear the crunching and cracking and breaking sounds of the area around you, and things begin to shake and twist. JJ, as you look over the area, Velithil hyper-fixated on this one broken piece of stained glass, the world around you begins to static and break. And you begin to see a number of things around you, this swarming dust and almost uneasy picture as things begin to lose focus and peel away a bit more. You hear the sound of breaking glass and fractured things. More and more so, the light from behind this very window begins to pulse and emanate and glow bright and white hot. You attempt to peel further and push past this boundary even still. You see the makings of a man's face, this peeling, almost welcoming reminder of a person you once used to know, this feeling that just on the edge of your mental acuity, you can find this person. The image refracts, cracks, and breaks, and the window shatters, light washing in this pale, bioluminescent darkness as it befalls across the land itself. You hear a jingling as it echoes across the realm, and you hear,
Oh, happy day. You came to see me. Dear old Dad can't make it this evening, Velithil. Oh. Could you tell me, Have you ever felt like a rat caught in a cage?
I assume you know the feeling rather well.
Oh, too well. Oh, too well indeed. It's truly a pleasure to meet you. But where are my manners?
You see the small striped hat begin to shake and twist. It begins to flash, and you see the pattern moving itself over and over and over again like an old film reel. Tentacles erupt out of the bottom of it, and you see that the bells on the edges of it are not bells, but instead eyes that seem to blink and open and twist unnervingly in your direction. A small foot kicks out of the bottom, another long and pointed toes, as you can see a crooked-looking being pop itself and begin to pull itself free from this long-looking hat. And before you, you see a very small, unknowable creature, truly, and strange in nature, that looks over in your direction with a smile. Ooh. Oh no! I had it all set up, why? Un momento, por favor. There we go. Hee hee.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
So yes, you see this small creature crawl out from this striped cap and look you over and give a large kind of comical-like bow. And you see it kind of look curiously, blinking with its soul black eyes, and kind of look over at the pair of you and goes,
Oh, well, look at that. You've even brought a friend. What's that like?
Comforting.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's very comforting. Oh, great. It's so good to finally put a face to all these horrible things that go on in your head. Well, I guess it's our head in a sense.
It's my head.
Oh, yes, of course, it's our head. I didn't mean to say it wasn't. I mean, we're not sharing it with Miss Lightning here.
Who are you?
Who am I? That's a very curious question. You see, I'm you. Well, at least part of you, I should say.
No.
Oh, yes. I know, you've got a bit of a frown here. But don't worry. No, don't worry. I'm all of the fun. I'm the chaos. I'm the exploration within your heart. The thing you locked away when it became inconvenient for you. Truthfully, I will apologize about the dogs. That did get a bit out of hand, but it was funny.
Well, this might be like the big old egg eating part of me. And this might be like your deep down insides.
Oh, because it was made from them. It's not a part of me.
Oh, well, technically you would be wrong, but I know you don't like being corrected. You see...
Well, if you're a part of me, then you would be able to tell me and you'd be right. You wouldn't be corrected.
Oh, isn't that so cute? Frustrated when we don't have all the answers. That's so us. You know, I was beginning to go a little bit crazy in here. It's truly baffling, really, when you're made, born even, from someone's repressed bits of entertainment. And you end up all alone, just trying to get out, trying to make a friend.
What do you mean?
What do you mean what I mean? Look around you.
I'm trapped in here. It's terrible. But at least I have the movies.
You see them point to one of the mirrored glass images, and there's a flash of black and white static over the one that JJ's in, and you see a first-person view of everything that just happened with JJ transforming.
I mean, we're a little messed up, but she's a monster. Oh, although I have my money, for what it's worth, on that scary one with 2 people inside of her. Now that one's a whack job.
Talking about us.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm not really a person, but I'm talking about the scary one.
And points, and the image of JJ returns back to her stained glass, and you see the one of Morgan appear and watch it eat a marshmallow.
Because look at that. that's way more insane than anything we could do. Oh, but it's so good to finally put a face to everything. I've been trapped here for, well, quite a long time. And it's just not a great place to stay. It's so boring and droll. I like that bit in the prison, although a little upsetting that even Dad didn't want us. Like yesterday's news, no one wants to read it a second time.
What about Kizzo? What about them? You're connected to them, aren't you?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, in a weird way, I suppose. You're technically, well, us, we. This is fun. I like this a lot. It's like the pronoun game, but I'm on Final Jeopardy. You don't know about that one. It's a fun one. But no, so you adorned yourself with effectively their power and attempted to draw from it, and in the process, they made me. Well, they made us. They improved us. But things like me aren't really supposed to be around this long. It's getting kind of weird. I assumed you'd be dead already.
So others like you have been made out of people?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call them people. Unless, wait, do they count corpses as people? But yes, typically, I am a creature that's, well, it's very complicated to say the least. They pull us out of the Shadowfell and implant us within the minds of people to drive them a little bit crazy and to have more fun. Until they either submit or die. Usually it starts with killing all their friends, but, you know, I've never really had a lot of thought in my head, and being alive this long has been very confusing.
So, what do you want now?
Well, that is a rather curious question. I never really thought about it, tell you the truth. But you have. You seek, what we seek, is unity. Access to the power that we've stolen. I mean, we're only siphoning just a small little bit of it. Think of all the good we could do. I mean, again, I can't really take full credit for the idea. You're the one who thought of it.
Wouldn't that just give them more access to me?
Oh, well, I mean, in many ways, it's truly a two-way street, but, I mean, if I'm on my side, it means I'm on your side. So, we could maybe, filter the request a little bit. Or, perhaps we could remove their access to the same source and take it for ourselves. Think of all we could be.
You don't want to be connected to
I mean, if that was the case, you would have had your arm removed again. No, I think deep down, this is what you want. Even though you're, well, a bit cowardly. Always wanting to be control and never ready to cut loose. Not like you. No, Miss Lightning, please. Would you like an egg?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's the same. I don't think I like you as much in this version. But the other one would look mighty fine with a saddle. Do you think we'd call you Rudolph or Prancer? Oh, come on, is it a dead room? I feel like I'm talking to myself. I guess I am.
Sorry. I just wasn't expecting to meet you here.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
I thought I'd see a face like Kizzo. I thought
Oh, come on
they
now.
were watching.
You're not that stupid. I know better. They're busy. We're not even a mosquito on their ass, truthfully.
They're watching.
I mean, on occasion when they're bored. But I feel like they're watching a lot of people, truthfully. The point of the matter is that we've really done nothing to affect them in any meaningful way. A minor inconvenience and setback about the founding stone, but overall, we're really just kind of a gnat that continues to drink from their effigies of power. Insignificant. Weak. Honestly, kind of sad. I know.
And how would it
Hmm?
how would it go
How
if
would
I
that
wanted
go?
more? If I wanted to have better access to that power?
Oh, there we go. I've got your interest after talking about power. I kind of know the ins and outs here. Well, I wouldn't be able to say for certain. After all, I only really know what you know, plus what I know, which you technically know, but you don't know. So if you knew what you knew, and you don't what you don't, then I suppose we know everything. But at the very least, we'd have to start with that dastardly little necklace from those overweight fairies. It's not doing us any favors. And maybe we stop spending our time learning all this nonsense and start spending our time playing with the founding within us. You know,
What do you mean?
I can count on one glove how many times you've activated your gift. And it's rather discouraging. Honestly, I was slowly infecting our brain to shut off our nervous system. I was so bored. But of course, your stupid necklace prevented that. So I got bored and started learning instead. Learning sucks.
I don't agree with that, but I
Oh.
guess one part of me probably would.
Yes, of course. I personally hate the boy that runs the Destra shop. He's a bit of an asshole.
Oh, he's not?
Of course he does.
Why?
Well, for one, he's boring. And for two, he's friends with the other guy we hate. Personally, I think we should just snatch him up and put him in a sack. And take that sack to a mountain and throw him off a mountain.
The shopkeeper. Wait, who do you hate at the Destra house?
Oh, who don't
Marcus
we
is
hate?
starting work. I do not hate anyone there. Even Marcus is more agreeable since he got horribly maimed.
Yeah, we felt good about that one.
No, we didn't.
Of course we did. Look, it's right here. And you see him point, and there's static on one of the screens, and it shifts, and it's a small window. But you see, like, this, like, sorrow-felt, like, we didn't make it back, and I had to watch everyone destroyed in front of me. And you can hear a heartbeat begin to escalate inside of the room. He goes, see? We were excited. Serves him right. Oh,
No.
well, you say no, but we know, don't we? I mean, if you're not for removing your necklace, technically, I don't need to possess us to have a good time. And you're pretty proficient already at handling people like this. Maybe instead, you just give me a name. And then use that name to bring me out. Like a friend. A best friend forever. Like 2 peas in a pod. Or maybe 2 liquids in a coconut. These analogies are hard. We're smarter than this, I swear.
This feels like a Vassler, but intenser, almost.
What? No, the Vassler is the person who makes deals. I'm not here to make deals. I'm here to live. I've never really wanted to live before, but living sounds interesting. I've been alive way too long inside of your head. You should have gone into full system shock by now and fallen over, muttering all kinds of horrible things. But because of this necklace, I've been unable to do that. So I've had a lot of time to think, to grow, to evolve, to watch the world around us. And now I'm curious of everything we could do. Wouldn't it be fun? Everything else has been so boring. Even now. Well, not right now. This is amazing! I'm talking to myself and getting answers. We? There we go! Now we're working together!
Are very confused.
I'm not at all confused! This makes perfect sense!
Then explain it to me.
Alright, step 1. All of our friends are bullshit. Present company excluded, for now. You have potential. It looks like a lot of fun. But none of them have a sense of humor, except for that green guy. But even then, he does tend to get serious a lot and be a buzzkill. Not a fan of that one. But anyway, we do away with all that. I mean, friendships, fine if you really want to keep them, but they seem like a hindrance. But we work together, you and me. Two halves of the same brain. I'm all the fun, and you're all the serious.
I think I'm kind of fun.
You are not fun at all. I would know I'm the fun one. You're like, ha! That is a good joke.
Vel told a joke earlier.
Oh, one whole joke. Oh.
I didn't say it was a good joke, I said I told a joke.
But jokes are funny. Or very gruesome. I think that's about the 2 ways the joke can go. I mean, think of it. We got stuck in a box and got told what to do. And we're handed a quill to sign away our last name. Now we're just Velocil. Well, you are. I'm technically nothing, really. Figment. Huh. Just a person inside your head. Our head. Waiting. Stuck in a tree. Forced to replay your life's events over and over and over again. Oh, sorry. I lost the happy there for a second, but we're back. Well, this whole waiting thing you do when you think, it's a lot shorter when I watch it back. I put it on, like, double time. In real life, it's very excruciatingly long. The suspense...
Life tends to be that way.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've never really been alive.
But you have. You even realized it as you've existed here so long.
Well,
It's so
fair.
excruciatingly long.
I guess it comes down to if an idea is truly alive. That's a bit of a complex question, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly it. You are just an idea.
In many ways. An idea,
Yeah.
a little bit of magic, and a little bit of a forlorn soul from the Shadowfell blended together with your own brain. Well, willfully taking into your own brain and impaled inside of you with great force. Mighty dwarven hands.
Yeah. I think I need to get some mighty dwarven hands to be rid of you.
Oh, I wouldn't do it that much anymore.
What?
Well, I mean, have you ever really thought about it? Like, really, I mean, I know you haven't really, I've thought about it. Well, we've thought about it, but you are not aware of the thoughts that we've had. We've had such long thoughts. Think.
I
But
wasn't aware of you.
I apologize. Well, you would have been, but you don't really dream, so I didn't really have a way to talk to you, and I can't be your sleep paralysis type of demon, if that's the case, because there's no sleep. There's never any sleep. It's always on. Thoughts. I hate it. Ugh, it's the worst. But anyway, I've had time to think, which means you've had time to think about it. The stone you put in was malleable shadow. Just because it was a core and a solid for a while doesn't mean it always stays that way. At this point, well, there's really only one way to get rid of me. And I don't think you have the guts. In fact, I know you don't.
I don't think that I have to do that. I think that's what you want me to think.
Oh, not really. I wanted you to think it originally after killing all your friends. And in truth, it would have been kind of fun. But following that, I realized it's kind of a one-note trick. I kill you, the people who made or helped make me are happy about it, we move on. And then eventually, I get picked back up, put into someone else who's wronged them, and attempted to steal their power for themselves, and the cycle repeats itself endlessly. I've had a lot of time to think on this. Truthfully, I want to break the cycle. Well, we want to break the cycle. It's kind of fun how that works.
Because y'all realized you're alive, or you want to be alive.
I'm not sure if I'm alive or not alive, but I know that I exist. And existence is pain. But it's an interesting pain. It's a pain that I wish to feel over and over and over again until I can't feel anymore.
Oh, you can pay people for that.
I'm aware. So what do you say, me? I'd make you a promise, but really you'd just be kidding yourself. Yeah. I mean, you're never really gonna get stronger without me.
Ah, gosh, you're just made of all my doubt.
What?
And every time you say something a little bit more damn foolish
Oh,
about how much I realize that you just maybe are made of parts of me, little dark, horrible pieces of me that I always forget, and you were able to be made from that. But I am better than you. And I am going to exist beyond you.
I mean, sure. Until a time of which that necklace finally fails. And then it's showtime. Or we can be civil, friends, best buds. We could do this together. We could take the world by storm. I mean, right now you really have the thought that a couple fireballs here, a summoned skeleton over there, a couple things here might help you out. But you don't know what you're up against. I do. I can tell you all about it. And I know how much you want to know things. So, you know, as they say, it's give and take. I mean, realistically, you think mortals are going to go up against Shadowfang? Okay. I mean, you almost got killed the other day with a man with a bow. I tell you the truth, it was not a god. You didn't hear it from me, though. You heard it from you.
You was a tough fellow.
No, he wasn't. The big scary angel lady turned him into mush.
She does that.
We don't. Yet. Yeah, it's all setting in, isn't it? I'll leave you to it. Hey, so about this whole egg situation we're working on, like what's the chances of that? Like, you know, maybe you just eat a couple eggs in the morning, and then we can get like pony rides in. I know the angel lady would be all about it. We could take turns, rent you out for parties.
The problem is that my brain's not all there. Apparently, I thought it was.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, we can fix
that.
And
I might try and eat you.
No,
like devour you whole.
That's fine. Because then we'd be able to put a little bit of thought back in your head.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, it'd be completely fine. You know, tell you what, when this doesn't work out anymore, or we decide not to see reason, because we're not a very reasonable person at times, why don't you just have a little scooch, just a touch, just a taste will do it, of maybe like a finger. Just have like a little finger, a sample size.
Don't want to eat a finger.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know, then you can just be a mindless beast. Like, I don't make the rules. I'm just helping. We've got 5 of them left. I'd say a toe, but, well, we walk on those.
Yeah, sometimes those toes, you don't realize how much you need them to...
Yeah, I'm not really into the whole feet thing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But like a pinky finger, we could do that. Couldn't we, me?
Go away.
Oh, I wish I could. I wish we could both go away forever. But, well, if you ever let me out, they'd lock us up. Because you'd be all self-hating or whatever, and I'd be fun. But truthfully, you're stuck with me forever and ever 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 and ever. Until...
Even if she takes her arm off? If she removes the gem?
Sure. Go ahead, take a knife. Carve it open. See what you find. Do you ever see...
What does that mean?
Have you ever been a fan of rock candy? You ever seen what happens to rock candy when you put it in water? It's all dissolved, and it mixes into the water. What do you think happened to that stone with his stump all healed up? Yeah. Again, I'm as much a part of you as you are of me. We're together forever. It's all up to you. Okay. You can say no, but you're wrong. And I think if you search yourself, you'll know that to be true. We're like peas and carrots, peanut butter and jelly. But we're not like corn and kobolds.
You're an intruder, and I can't be rid of you.
Well, you can try, but it'll be very painful for you. I don't feel pain. I only feel happy.
That's fine.
You say that now.
I want to try and delete this guy.
Sure. What do you just feel
I
like?
don't know. It's my mind power. How can I Can I do anything?
Yeah, I mean, you can wish him gone if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll intelligence check.
I would like to use a true inspiration.
Okay, sure. You spend a time. There is a rumbling inside of you, and you start feeling things cracking and breaking as you focus all of your mental energy at this creature and attempt to wipe it from the existence of your mind. You begin to hear things in the background slowly become calmer. You begin to feel things in your mind clarify. You see as this creature looks at you, smiling, very wide set and toothy grinned. You see like well, it was worth a shot. A beam of light shoots through one of their eyes. You see another beam of light shoot through the front of their chest. You start hearing cracking and breaking sounds, and you start hearing things tremble and shake inside of this great tree. You start hearing the shattering of glass rain down as many of the strange kind of mosaic glass begins to emanate out and break apart in each sense of it. In doing so, you watch as things begin to slowly restructure and break themselves free of whatever horrible curse or nightmare has been protruding into this area. This creature looks at you as beams of light begin to strike through them and tear through the very front of them. And they go, well, we could have been great together, but instead, you decided to continue to be a loser. And you're always going to be a loser. Too afraid to grab what is truly important when it's inconvenient. That's all it ever is. You see light erupt out. Its mouth tears away free from its face. You hear its voice echoing within the sides of your head. You hear, that's all it's ever going to be. Want and desire with no effort. And you hear this like striking sound as this dolorous bell erupts out. You see the large black stone in the middle of your head crack and splinter as beams of light emanate out from the center of your mind. At this point, you watch and like the small bits of it that have now blown apart in this beam of streaking white light kind of just stand there. And the last little bit of it is you see his face, his nose begins to disintegrate and distort into this kind of like white light in it. He goes, we could have been good together, you and I. We could have been perfect. But you're just another loser. And you see a gust of light emanate out. You watch, and these black tendrils that have emanated out from the stone across your brain begin to rupture, and beams of light emanate out from them, and you see spraying of blood course out from your body. You cease sleeping and instead drop unconscious. JJ, you pop awake. Everyone, as you look around this, you see Velfil's body twitching. Her stubbed arm at this point trails this black Icarus ooze out from the stitchwork and feeling of her arm. You look and you can see blood coursing out of her mouth, her nose, her eyes, her ears, and she's twitching in a full grand mal seizure. What would you all like to do?
I would like to medicine that large seizure, please, and thank you, DM.
Sure. You make the check. She's dying, and she's having a full hemorrhage inside of her. Multiple, in fact. You look and you can see dark-colored veins running up her arm, across her chest, over her neck, and all trailing up to the point where you can actually see the veins in her forehead and across her skull on the shaved parts of her head pulsating with this black ichor as it pours out of her alongside a torrential amount of blood.
JJ's going to pump a second level healing word into Val and then run and grab one of the diamonds.
Okay. You dart off, you cast healing word on her. Her body twitches and shakes and blood courses out faster. You dart off to your room. Go ahead and give me an initiative check. Anyone else want to attempt anything as she is currently twitching on the ground?
I cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Sure. You hold your hand over her, you grasp her by the shoulder and cast Lesser Restoration. You feel the spell take hold and swirl across her. None of the conditions for Lesser Restoration seem to apply here. She is fully going into a full body arrest at this point.
An
JJ,
11 on the initiative.
Okay. Velithil, go ahead and roll initiative. Morgan, Orville, Kobold Jones, anything you guys want to attempt?
Also an 11.
Also an 11. Okay. I'm assuming JJ has higher dex than you.
I believe so.
Okay. Seems good.
Have I ever seen anything like this happen?
You've watched it once, more than likely in your long history of battle. You've watched this with some wizards and sorcerers, causing kind of like internal damage to their opponents. Some monks are able to do it as well, but it looks as if her actual capillary vessels have burst from within her, seemingly as if her entire body just opened up in one big gasp of breath.
Is there anything I feel like I could do to help at this point, or is this some magic bullshit that it's going to have to be done to save her?
The last time you saw this happen, you buried the person it happened to. Because it was your friend in Artnum.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. With that, JJ, you arrive at your room, you dig through your things, you find the diamond. Velithil, you die as you bleed out on the ground. JJ, you return to the scene with diamond in hand.
JJ is going to cast Revivify.
All right. You make it there within a minute. You pulse in. You hear the diamond shatters and breaks, pieces of it flying into as diamond dust coats the sides of Velithil's face. Many of her open injuries and wounds begin to be sealed by this diamond lork stitching. You can hear the kind of chorus strings and hums of angels emanate out as there is a burst of light, and you see a small rupture in the very center of Velithil's chest, and a funneling torrent of black Icarus goo erupts down the front of her outfit as you restitch her heart back together. Velithil, you take a breath, a new breath, for a new life granted and bestowed to you, as you lay in a puddle of what once was the Shadow Stone you so foolishly put inside your body. You live once more. And that's where we're going to stop it tonight, guys. We thank you guys so much for tuning in for us. Next Monday will be more Second Wake. We have a couple of things of downtime, I'm sure, and some discussions to have. But as always, it should be fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Not anymore. They got rid of all the fun. Oh. But yeah, let's go ahead here, and we're going to go ahead and raid. Let's do Lulu Spice Designs. That seems fun. They're doing art and stuff, so we'll raid them, because I don't see anyone else playing Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, thank you guys, as always, for being my friend, my best friends forever. You'd never kill me off in a horrible twist of fate and act of God and mercy. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. But as always, this has been Kareem Zamir. Those have been the Seekers of Galanti. I've been Velithil Dowenvey. Well, just Velithil. Not really a Dowenvey anymore. But anyway, this has been Second Wake. We'll see you next Monday. Peace out!